You are about to experience the Drunken Peasants podcast, the greatest podcast in human history. Please recognize that this podcast is designed to be amusing and entertaining, and thus we engage in satirical comments, exaggerations, and even dirty jokes. If you are offended by such things, please go away and die. If you enjoy this podcast, we ask that you help to support its existence by contributing to our Patreon at patreon.com/DP. Contributors get regular access to monthly private shows, special commentaries, Google Hangouts with the peasants, and more. If you don't want to do that, you can also support the show by visiting audibletrial.com/Drunken Peasants to get a free audiobook and access to over 150,000 audiobook titles, including great selections on science and skepticism. And if you shop on Amazon.com, we strongly urge you to use one of the Amazon affiliate links in the description section of our videos. You can help support the show simply by using our link to buy things you were going to buy anyway. Now that we've got all that shit out of the way, sit back and enjoy the show.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Drunken Peasants podcast. We're here.
Fuck you, TJ. Die.
Ben is sick, everybody.
Yeah, I am.
Sick of all your shit, TJ.
Hush. Ben is sick. He's coughing, and he's horribly...
Does he have
ill.
AIDS?
I hope I don't get what he has.
Ben, do you have
I hope
AIDS?
It's not contagious.
I have gonoherpes.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
That's horrible.
Jesus.
Oh, shit. But
That's
Ben
the
is
worst
doing-
kind of AIDS.
Yeah, Ben's doing the show anyway. And Paul is here. Hey, Paul, how are you doing?
Hey,
tonight?
sorry, guys. Yeah,
Better call Paul.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm excited as shit.
I saw you made a Jacqueline Glenn video.
Yeah.
I did.
Oh,
well,
shit.
I didn't even plan to make a Jacqueline Glenn video. I was just streaming, and one of the people in my chat was like, "Hey, have you seen this Jacqueline Glenn video? You should totally watch it and review it live on the stream." And I was like, "No." Like she has nothing to say that I want to hear at this point, but they talked me into it, and it ended up coming out kind of good, so I put it up on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. But you know, I guess Jacqueline Glenn's probably not the one on everyone's mind right now.
Not on my mind.
No.
There's
Not
only
currently.
one person on my mind right now.
Scotty did not want this to happen.
Really?
Full disclosure. Oh, yeah, I fucking can't stand Brett Keane.
Well, neither can I. I mean, honestly.
Yeah.
I like observing.
I'm not gonna be
distance.
like Scotty. I'm not gonna be like at your house, sitting in your living room, and being like, "Hey, let's call Brett Keane and talk to him."
I don't know, Ben. You might have said that one or two times when you were really drunk.
I half expect.
Let's call Brett!
I half
Call
expect Ben. I half expect Ben to bring like Brett Keane over. You know, Ben comes over
No
drunk.
fucking way.
Brett Keane, you know,
I'm bringing over an individual.
over his shoulder. Like Brett Keane's here, y'all. He's gonna hang out with us.
Why would I do that?
Just because that's how you are.
You're
I can
benevolent,
take-
Ben.
You're a malevolent entity.
I like observation of Brett Keane. And every once in a while, I like to visit the zoo and poke the big ugly gorilla with a stick. But
All right.
I do not relish. I want everybody to know that, you know, and I'm sure everybody
course.
shares my sentiment here. I do not relish being in the same room as Brett Keane for
So what
2.5
you're saying
hours.
is... So
Sure, and we know that. We'll take it easy on him at first, though, so he doesn't leave right away.
Oh yeah,
I was gonna say,
no.
So what you're saying is you want David Attenborough to narrate Brett Keane's life for you.
All right, here
Oh my god, that'd be so awesome.
we'll bring Brett on and get everything going here.
Oh boy, there's a situation brewing.
Dun, dun,
Dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun.
Brett Keane, you're not as slick as you think. Caught in a lie.
There he is.
God knows how many times. What's
Brett's
up,
here.
Brett?
I can hear Brett.
Well,
What's
I
up?
didn't want to. I didn't want to cut you off. It sounded like we were about to go platinum.
I know, right? Right? I got the voice. You got the persona. Let's do it, Brett. You and me.
All right.
Why
so
didn't
what's
you?
that?
Why didn't you do that video we wanted you to do with the fried chicken? Did you hear us ask you to do that?
I heard some people bring it up that had come into my room, but I'm not going to pour grease all over my body and do all that.
But you know, don't you?
It was a good opportunity.
But don't you think it'd be a big hit?
Willing. Oh, sorry. I would have been willing to eat some Kentucky Fried Chicken, but not pour grease on it.
All right.
No
Well,
one said
okay.
pour
well,
grease on you. We just wanted you to
We
get all
might have
greasy
said that. I
from
don't
the
know.
chickens.
I don't know.
So
I don't
wait a
remember.
minute. So Brett, what you're saying is we're negotiating.
Right. I don't mind Kentucky Fried Chicken. I
Okay.
do that whether you
So
ask me to.
would you eat a bucket of KFC in a wife beater?
And a wife beater. Goodness gracious. I do wear most t-shirts and all my pictures. You know that. Jeez.
Oh, Brett, I love you.
No, but we thought it would be a big hit for you though, because you know, you're not doing as so hot in the view counts really. So we thought that if you just did a video where you're eating fried chicken, you know, shirtless preferably, but you know, you can wear something revealing if you don't want to go all the way shirtless.
Nipple tassels would be amazing if you're willing to go that route and you have some on hand.
Because you know, we just figured that could be like a big video for you. Like you got to humiliate yourself every once in a while on YouTube. You know,
I
you really
hear
want to get the
you
big
guys,
views.
You guys
gotta
mind
do the
if
dance.
I do a little bit of a shout out real quick? Just real quick.
Sure, go ahead and shout someone out.
I appreciate it. I want to give a shout out to J-Dubs, Logan, Matt Slick, Bible Thumping Wingnut, Saitin the Christian, not the atheist, Tommy from the Bronx, James Idol Smasher, Agent of Doubt, Midnight Goddess, Nephilim Free, G-Man, Jesse James, Zekel, Adam Lore, True Empiricism, Rand Campbell, Scott Positively Godless, Neo Cloud, and all supporters and believers, whether non-believers or not.
That
And
was longer
also
than an
I wanna-
Oscar acceptance list.
Holy
I also
shit,
want
Brett,
to-
Brett. Honestly,
Okay,
do
go
you
ahead.
need to thank that many people?
Yes.
TJ made an amazing point there. It's like an Oscar except there are people that win Oscars that thank less people than you
Brett,
just did.
Brett, you mentioned J-Dubs. Did you happen to catch on our last show? We played a video of J-Dubs. He was being recorded in a Skype call, and he says that you told him to false flag a bunch of people for you.
I know that he said that a while back. I think that was a couple of years old, but neither one of us actually did any kind of false flagging. There was there was a problem with Coughlin a while back where I got aggravated with him.
There's a
over
lot of problems with Coughlin. That's true.
He had done a rape T-shirt line, and it bothered me.
Okay. So you've never done any false flagging.
I've reported people, like I reported.
No. I didn't ask if you've reported
Okay.
people. I've reported people.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever
Sure.
false flagged somebody?
No, I've reported people though.
So the video of you mass flagging all of Coughlin's videos that's available on YouTube that I could find and we could play right now, that would be fake?
I'm aware of the video on there, but I didn't false flag him. He violates terms of service.
You went down the line and were like, oh, that sounds offensive, that sounds offensive, that sounds offensive. I'm going to flag your whole fucking channel. You literally say those words, Brett. You
I
call
said
him
I
a
was gonna
you call him
report
a you
him.
say you call him a heroin junkie. And you tell him you're literally going to report every fucking video on his goddamn channel.
Also, a violation of the terms of service, you know, you're pointing that out. It's one thing to say, hey, I just stumbled upon this content and I think it's against terms of service. Like, you know, it's something like a violent accident, which YouTube doesn't allow. It's another thing to go set out with a purpose. I'm going to find violations to report.
Right?
Not only that,
Well,
but he doesn't even know what was in the videos he reported.
I don't understand why this is even a concern. Amazing Atheist, you ended up making Coughlin cry like a baby on YouTube. So what's
I
the
did,
big deal?
but you know, I did make him cry like a baby. But
That is
you know,
true.
I didn't do it by flagging him. I just did it by making videos towards him.
Well, it's two things, Brett. There's
And I
a
did not
difference-
expect him to cry like a baby. He was
No.
obviously going through some other things in his life at that time.
Almost for certain.
Brett, have you ever
Right.
lost YouTube channels for flagging?
No.
No,
Yes.
never lost a channel for flagging. Got it. What about doc dropping? You ever lost a YouTube channel for doc dropping?
What are you talking about in the doc dropping?
Well, you say that you're against doc dropping. Why don't you define doc dropping for me, and I'll tell you if it fits what you did.
I guess doc dropping would Some people told me by putting my phone number out there on my YouTube videos is doc dropping myself.
That's a
is.
good example. Giving
Yeah.
somebody's phone number. Well, that's not really doc dropping yourself because you have a hand in it. See, doc dropping is when you take somebody's personal information against their will and put it on the information. Do you have that understanding of the term as well?
I'm listening to you.
Do you agree with my definition of that term?
That's fine with me.
Okay. So you are literally currently in violation of the terms of service of YouTube. Is that true?
By putting my phone number out there?
No, by having a channel.
No.
Okay, let me explain to you why that's a lie or a misconception. You were banned way back when, in 2007, 2008, for doc dropping the owner of Atheist FM. You made a video which consisted of a track of audio over just an overlay on the screen with text, and you said, "You threatened my family, and you'll never threaten my family again." And you put his full name, his address, and his phone number, which you got from doing a Whois lookup on his Atheist FM website. You were banned.
Search. Can I respond to you guys?
Yes. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah.
It's
go
a
ahead.
Whois search. What a Whois search does is it looks up hosting companies. The guy
No,
had
no.
pictures of my
You didn't
family.
post a
on there.
hosting company, Brett. You
It's
didn't
a
post a
hosting
hosting company. You
It's a
posted
ho-
his home address and his home phone number and his full name.
Are you saying that you actually know this person?
I don't know him personally, no. I watched it happen on YouTube live, along with
Well, it was a
thousands of other
hosting
people.
company, and that's how I was able to
Okay.
get back on YouTube.
Well, that's a lie. You doc dropped him, and you were banned from YouTube. And once you've been perma-banned from YouTube, guess what you are never allowed to do again, according to the TOS, Brett? You want to fill in the blank?
YouTube made a mistake on that. I contacted them.
I didn't
via
ask you
support
that.
at
I asked if
YouTube.
you wanted to fill in the blank. When you are perma-banned or IP banned, as you were from YouTube, and you lose a channel.
I contacted YouTube support. And
No,
let
you
them
didn't.
know what had happened. Yes, I did.
No, you did. All right. Well, you're a liar, and you're in violation of the
You
terms
can
of service,
call
which
me
is
whatever
why
you like.
which
You
is
can
why
call me-
you.
Are you actually going to give me an opportunity to ask questions, or are you
Sure,
just going to
sure.
steamroll me the whole
The
time?
floor is
Yeah,
yours.
you
I'll
know what?
shut up.
Feel free.
Feel free.
Yeah, because you've been making a lot of videos, a lot of accusations. So if you want to bring some of those up too, feel free.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, the first thing I'd like to start with is the RV trip around America. In your first couple years of being on YouTube, you stated that if people donated money to you, TJ, that you would get an RV and go around America, meeting up with people and doing kind of the Richard while evil. What happened with that?
Well, first of all, before I even address that question, I'd just like to say that the last time you were on the show, you brought up these rape comments that I made on Reddit. And I apologized once again for those comments. I informed you then that I had apologized for those comments on several previous occasions. I also explained to you that this was in the midst of a flame war, that I was being attacked by these people, that I understand that I went too far in responding to them, but it was a mistake. I apologized for it. And in that show, you accepted that. And yet you continue to propagate those comments and act as if there's never been any rebuttal on my part. Another
I didn't
thing,
say that I was
hold on.
okay with you telling a rape
No,
victim.
I know you didn't say you were okay with it, but you act as if it was never brought to my attention, as though I never responded to it. Okay, you try to present it as if it's this thing that I'm trying to hide from. Another thing, and this is a more
Where
concrete
do I say
example.
you're hiding?
Hold on. Another example. We were, on the last time that you were on this show, you presented me with an audio recording, supposedly of me, threatening your family, threatening to destroy your channel, calling you racial epithets. You told me in that conversation that if I told you that I did not do it, you would take me at my word. I told you I would not do it. That I did not do it. You said,
I don't
okay,
believe
if you say you didn't do it, I believe you.
But
Your
I don't
words.
believe you.
So you lied.
Well, you did say at the time.
I showed
And now,
people
once
the
again, you're
recording
presenting it
of
as if it's something I said.
And-
I told you I never said
Where's
it.
your
Also,
evidence
You
TJ did
accepted
it?
that I never said it.
Also-
You have zero evidence that I said it.
Also, in Brett's newest
You
video,
guys-
he
are you
says,
guys to steamroll me, or do
"Oh
I
no, no,
get to
no,
actually
no!
listen?
Just wanted to bring some."
But no. But the reason I'm bringing this stuff up is because why should I take any accusation from you the least bit seriously?
Do you know
You continue
a guy
to be
called
dishonest.
Jason Thomas? Do you know a guy named Jason who hangs out with Paul's ego?
No.
Nope.
I
You're
do.
not aware.
Jason is my best friend.
You
So-
brought this guy into my live hangouts, which he repeatedly trolls and calls us niggers. He sits there and says that he's going to fucking rape my wife and do all kinds of ignorant crap.
I don't know that I don't know that Jason has ever said he's going to rape your wife,
It's all
but I do.
recorded.
I do. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. He may have. That does sound like something Jason would say in the throes of passion.
ever. He's so full of shit.
This is all recorded. He also spent 3 hours over in a popular atheist room named Chambers.
So what?
Called a Christian who is African American a nigger for 3 hours in the room.
Sure. So what you're telling me is that you have a problem with Jason.
What I see is that being that you are friends with people like this, brought him into my room, it's obvious that you don't have any kind of morality or give a damn about the truth whatsoever. You brought a racist person who makes threats about rape in my room and also attacks my young daughter, who you know is disabled.
I don't know that your daughter is disabled, but
You know
Sure.
that, Paul Zago. You watched my channel.
I know she was born with hydrocephalus. I don't know that she's currently
That's
disabled.
disability. That's water on the
I didn't know that that's a current disability. That's what I'm saying.
Obviously, he knew about that because he kept coming in and saying this. And you thought it was funny.
Okay.
You sit there and bring him into my room to do that.
I do. Do you want to know why? I will answer for my
Because
part
you
of
don't
this.
care, and you're a very cruel, disgusting person. That's why.
That's your interpretation.
theory, yeah.
Now, would you like to hear actually why I bring Jason into your room?
Sure. Because it's entertainment, because it's
Exactly.
Oh,
Because it's funny. It's funny making you squirm because you're the biggest fucking liar on YouTube.
So you
You're
just
the most disingenuous prick.
Yeah.
You, Brett.
just-
Hey, wait. I thought we weren't.
live audience, so you promote and endorse that kind of behavior.
I thought we weren't
Thank you.
steamrolling one another. I thought we were listening.
I just wanted to let people know you just endorsed racism and rape and all that.
I did.
You think it's-
Well, I guess
really disingenuous.
Paul endorses racism and rape.
I guess it's good that this was.
you go.
I guess it's good that this was recorded. So and people are watching live, so they can judge
they
the
got
merits
the
of that
evidence now.
claim. Yeah, they can judge the merits of that claim on their own. But if I could be allowed to finish as to why I bring Jason into your room,
Yes, please go ahead.
Brett, you are the biggest piece of shit on YouTube. You have literally done anything that you accuse me of. You have literally done everything.
when have I
You
said
are a piece
you
of
did
shit.
that?
You're a backstabber. You're a liar. You're a scammer. You're a con artist. And you're a piece of shit human being. And I think it's funny every once in a while, in a drive-by way, to run into your room and poke you with a stick. Because it amuses me. Now, if you have a
It
problem with the...
amuses
Hold on. Let me finish. Let me finish. If you have a problem with the way that Jason speaks, take it up with Jason. You have him on Skype. You have him. He comes into your rooms. Take it up with... He called you. You had a video the other day where he called you on the phone and you played his phone call. Pick up the phone.
Paul, Ben has a question
Yeah,
he wants to
yeah,
ask Brett.
Okay, go ahead.
So you actually sat there and endorsed him making a phone call to me saying he's going to kill my kid.
He didn't say he was going to kill your kid.
He did.
number
I
one.
got the recording up on the video.
Right, that's fine. I don't endorse anything that any other person says unless they fucking pay me.
You knew it was recorded. You just said that you knew.
Guess what, Brett? Jason doesn't pay me. He's just a friend of mine. He's responsible for his own mouth. If you have a problem with it, take it up with him.
You just said you brought him in for entertainment.
Hold on, everybody. Hold on.
Brett-
Ben wants to ask a question.
Brett, you've made a lot of videos where you mentioned that TJ is a horrible friend to Fake Sagan because he let Fake Sagan, who was wasted with a loaded gun, hold everybody hostage with a loaded gun, basically. What would you have done in that situation?
I didn't say anything about Fake Sagan holding anybody hostage.
Well,
I think that I
kind
have
of did in a way.
I have had friends that have had suicidal thoughts and want to do things, and I would have tried the best I could to stop it, even if it meant having to call the police. I mean, what would have you done if he being drunk and high like he was, ended up blowing his brains out right there on the broadcast?
Well, obviously,
Is that
we
really
would have
what you
called.
would've-
We would have had to call the authorities at that point.
Would
But
have
here's
you
the thing:
wanted to know
I
for
had
that
no,
the rest
I
of
had
your
no,
life?
I had no indication or inkling that Case was suicidal. I mean, up to that point, I had never seen any evidence that he was mentally impaired in any way. You know, I thought he was just hamming it up for the show because he was a very theatrical guy. And right before we did the show, he was completely calm. He was completely normal. Once we started doing the show, the crazy Case comes out. But that's a
I don't hear anywhere in
performance.
the recording where you guys say stop, stop. Instead, I see text rolling where people are saying, "Do it, you pussy, do
Those are
it."
just random people on the
Yeah,
internet.
we have no control over what
I
they
wasn't in the
say.
chat room typing for him to kill
Yeah,
himself.
we have no control over what other people do.
I don't have control over the
It's
chat.
not entertainment. You had a friend that you said you cared about.
Okay, I'm sorry,
Gun
but
to his head. He could
Brett,
have killed himself on your
It
show.
clearly was entertainment. I mean, I'm sorry, but it was entertainment.
It's not
People were
entertainment
definitely
for the
entertained
guy.
by it.
It's
Did
not
it go too
entertainment.
far? Yes, it did, but that's because I was drunk too.
Not
My
only
judgment
that-
was
not-
just as
not only
impaired as
does-
his was.
I've talked to him, and he has said that he suffers from depression. His girlfriend.
Yeah, but I didn't know that.
He didn't know that at the
I
time.
didn't know that
He's supposed to
stuff.
be a mind
You
reader?
didn't know
I
that
barely-
his- that
I was only.
Captain
He was a
Austin had
new
sex
friend then.
You
What?
didn't know that his girlfriend had sex with Captain Awesome,
Of course, I
Sure,
knew that.
everyone knew that.
Everyone knew
knows
that.
and you couldn't tell he was falling.
My cock was there.
It wasn't like they were together though when that happened. That was before they were together.
You know, I mean, if Case had come to me and said, "TJ, I'm suicidally depressed," I would have, I
They
would
wouldn't have started drinking.
I would not have let him be waving a gun around. But I thought he was in complete control of his mental faculties. It wasn't until afterwards that I realized that something was severely wrong when he turned the gun on me and held it to my fucking head.
I don't
After
see
the
in the
cameras had
broadcast
already stopped
you hold the
rolling.
gun to your head.
No, that doesn't happen in the broadcast. That happened after the broadcast ended.
He actually put a gun to your head.
Yes, he put a gun to my head, and he looked me in the eyes like he was contemplating whether or not he was going to pull the trigger. That was one of the scariest moments of my life. So when you don't need to tell me that I made a mistake in that situation.
Yeah,
I am
that's-
already well fucking aware.
That's what I meant by the being held hostage thing.
I didn't know that this happened off the broadcast. All I know is that a lot of people, not you, but the people that were sitting in the text, were encouraging him to hurt himself. He loaded it. You could see the ammo go into the clip, and it scared the hell out of me. I care very much for him.
Okay, I don't believe that you
Whatever.
care very much for him, but
I don't believe you care very much for anybody but yourself.
I do
Right.
care. I don't want anybody to suffer or get hurt in that way.
Okay.
You know that I used to be a non-believer, and you know that I sat here and promoted a lot.
I wanted to ask you about the non-believer
people.
thing, actually, if I could.
Go ahead.
I was trying to get this. This is, the first time we invited you on the show, it was really because I wanted to have an explanation for how you went from atheist to theist. We actually have a video that's kind of about your story.
Yeah, someone animated it.
Maybe we should play that real quick.
All right.
Can you-
How long is it going to take? I need to.
It's very short. It's 35
You
seconds.
need to do what?
I need to use the restroom real quick.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well,
This
I
is-
want you to see this.
This is a
though.
30-second
35
video.
seconds. You can go after this. Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
Can you see? Are we sharing
This
screens?
conversion
right now?
story is beautiful too. His family was in financial distress, so he took a walk, and he's like, "Man, I should e-bag." So then he e-bagged, and people gave him money, and he's like, "God exists."
Well, he said that they were mostly Christians that were donating money to him.
So he e-bagged, and Christians gave him the most money. There you go.
Like, I need to be a Christian.
He's
now.
just loyal to whoever.
If it was
pays him the
Muslims,
most.
it would have been you'd be Muslim. If it was Buddhist, he would have been Buddhist. Whatever.
By the way, visit idahotrial.com/drunken peasants. Peasants, rather.
I messed up.
That was by no means forced or out of context.
This is one of the guys from Bible Reloaded.
Yes, it was.
Nice.
So, Brett, I guess you have to go to the bathroom, right?
Yes. Thank you.
All right, you go ahead and have a little break.
Be right back.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you.
We'll be here.
Did you like the video, the animation, Paul?
Yes. I did. And
Everything's
it's remarkably accurate as well.
And everything's working good this time, right?
Yes, on my
All
end.
right.
It is.
Awesome.
Cool. No technical issues this time. Man, Brett really slammed the brakes going to that bathroom visit.
Yeah, man. He must have had a load on deck.
Do you think he's crying in there?
He might be.
Staring at his reflection, a solitary tear comes down his fat face. A solitary tear made entirely of butter.
He might be conferencing with his wife right now, saying, honey, I got myself into a situation here with these individual drunken peasant situation.
I'm back.
Okay. Right. Hi, Brett. How you doing?
Did you guys see on TV where Fake Sagan said that whenever you asked for donations for freedom of speech vids, that he said you took all the money?
Yeah, I do think that. So since you think he's such a reliable source, do you now admit that you sent that email calling your own children water-headed idiots, as he claimed you did?
Calling my own children. No.
Okay, so you admit that he's not a reliable witness then?
Someone, a sock account or somebody sent the email to me. At the time, I thought that it was him that did it. But I've received phone calls from people actually claiming that they're you when I put the phone number out there. So people do that.
By the way,
that's what happens when you put your phone
Why
number.
did you put your phone number out there knowing that it was going to be mostly trolls calling you? Did you want that as ammunition so you could play the Brett Nita Sar Keynesian card and say, I'm a victim, so feel bad for me, so give me money? Is that the agenda there, or what?
No. I just simply put the number out there for people to call if they want to support or help or prayer.
But you know that people are going to call you and harass you and troll you. You pretty much know that, putting it out there.
I know that I'll get supportive stuff as well as disgusting, nasty comments, yes.
Well, surely you get more disgusting, nasty stuff than supportive stuff.
I get some pretty nasty stuff, that's true.
Yeah, I noticed that there's a whole video series on your channel now, Brett, called 100 Atheists Called Brett Keane.
Right. I still got
So you're basically using it as content fodder is what it really amounts to.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense.
You guys didn't
Hey, I should put my
answer me on
number out there.
RV
I'm sure I
trip.
can get some interesting stuff, too.
You guys didn't answer me on the RV trip around America.
Right, okay, I'm sorry.
cool.
Yeah, you're right. I did get kind of digressed from that. When did that happen exactly? What year was that?
In your first couple of years on YouTube.
My first couple of years.
And I also, there's a
honestly,
Reddit
I gotta
page out
be, I gotta be completely honest with you. I really don't remember what became of that. I don't remember even asking for that. I'm sure maybe I did if you're saying I did, but I don't really remember, so I can't address it.
You do realize that on Reddit, people reminded you of it, and you actually responded. And I don't understand how you could forget that you got a trip around America.
Well, I guess I was supposed to, but I honestly don't remember that entire incident. So what is the criticism? That I raised money for it and it never happened?
Right.
Okay, well, I don't know.
See, that's one of the things I don't understand. You got a fan base that loves you and respects you. You got a lot of people out there who support you. You don't even have to sit there and say, I'm going to do websites or RVs or anything. All you got to do is say, look, it's Christmas, I need some presents, and they'd probably support you and help you out. You don't even need
Well, you still criticize me for doing that on my birthday. I did a birthday video where I just said I want, people to buy me presents off my Amazon wish list, and you still took issue with it. So that's obviously not true.
Which is hilarious.
Well, also,
Because
there's the implication
Hold
that
on.
the websites are just bogus, basically for something to funnel money through.
Right. I mean, I raised money for websites because I wanted to build some websites, and you know damn well, Brett Keane, that Free Speech Vids was up for nearly 16 months.
16 months?
Yeah, it was up for 16 months.
You had it up for a little while, but you had it set
No, that's not true.
No, that's not true.
Hey, Brett Keane, you can go to the Internet Wayback Machine and look at pages from Free Speech Vids. Now, none of the videos will work, but you can see the archive of the site on the Internet Wayback Machine.
And the
you can go to
dates that it was
freespeechvids.com, and the dates
There was
that shit
actually 3 different versions of the site on 3 different platforms as I tried different formulas for making it work. So it's pretty evident that not only did I build the site, but I was constantly working to improve the site. And yet you act as if this is something that never manifested. I'm sorry?
Why did you take on one of your fan base to do it? There's a lot of talented people out there that could have helped you. I also
the truth
sent an email
is, Brett, that I've done that before.
I
Okay,
sent
go
an
ahead.
email to you, and I told you that I would sit there and help you do it. There are so many different programs out there and software.
Sure.
Where you could literally create a video site for $5-10 hosting.
Right.
And only
No,
a
that's not
couple $100.
correct.
Right.
That's not
Right.
correct. With performance, that's not correct at all. How
I
a
have
website
I
with
have
host video
seen-
files would function.
I have seen the websites that you create. I am a Brett Keane historian after all. Nobody in their fucking right mind would hire you or take advice from you on anything that has anything to do with web design.
I wasn't
Even
asking
related to
you
web
for
design.
anything. And what
Nobody
website-
would come to you to ask you for any kind of advice on anything to have to do with the internet. Period.
I
You're
might
a
come to
total
them for
fail
advice
boat.
on what
I
fast
had
food place
recommended
is good
to
in
actually
town or
help you
something.
out. I wanted you at that time to have
Sure.
success and for the site
Yeah,
to
you
work.
wanted me at that time to have success. That's wonderful. You know, there was a time when I wanted you to have success too, Brett. By the way, why have you rewritten our history to make us instant antagonists when we were friends for the better part of, I don't know, my first year or two on YouTube?
I've already put videos up stating that we were friends and I cared
Okay.
about you and supported you.
But you've also
Promoted
made videos that make it seem like I was your antagonist from the word go. Like I just took an instant dislike to you.
I feel like we had some problems over things like this website issue. I wanted to help you out. I'm sincere about this. I wanted to actually help you out, whether Paul's ego thinks I'm good at what I do or not. But I felt like I could have made this work for you, and a lot
Okay.
of people would have been
It's
able
not
to upload
it's-
videos and have a great
Here's
time.
the thing, Brett.
Just
I've
to-
done.
Hold on. Okay, sorry.
I've
go
done
ahead.
the whole. I'll give you a second and a Paul in a sec.
It's all right.
Whatever.
No problem.
I've taken those offers before from people who say I'm a web developer. I want to help you develop their website, and a lot of them do really good work early on. But then when they realize it's a lot of work for something they said they would do for free, they kind of fall off the map because no one wants to do something for free that's a lot of work unless they're truly, deeply passionate about it.
Correct.
And
Well, you can tell.
You can tell. You know, you might think you can tell because there's some initial enthusiasm.
Well,
But
I am.
oftentimes that enthusiasm will
Fade with time.
Fade with time, and then you're left, holding an empty sack.
We've both,
And that's happened to me
we
several
both have been
times, so that's
around.
why I don't do that any longer.
We both have been around for years. It's clear that
Sure.
we're both passionate about videos, and we both know that YouTube is garbage. I've lost channels. You almost lost a channel a while back, which is one of the reasons I thought you had an inspiration for doing this. Now, Fake Sagan lost it. He ended up having to go to Smooth Terrorist or whatever that channel is, and a lot of people were losing.
But that's
I
the
thought
crazy
that you were
thing.
gonna do
That's the crazy
something
thing.
about
You
it.
admit you're sitting here admitting to me that YouTube sucks.
It does.
I actually tried to build a website where we would not have the same restrictions as YouTube. And instead of thanking me for the effort, you're sitting here chastising me because I couldn't make it work. Well, it was an unrealistic fucking idea. I was being completely naive.
But you did it 4 times.
I did not do it 4
nothing
times.
came of it.
That's
You didn't
bullshit.
even-
I did not do it 4
suggest
times.
that you could pay some of these people.
How did I
back.
do it 4 times? I had
4
a personal
times.
web. No, that's not true. That's simply not true.
Well,
I had a
can name it
personal
off
website.
right here. You were talking about going through the archives of
All right,
websites.
well, let's go. Let's do it one by one. What's the first one?
Freedom of speech videos.
All right, we've already addressed that. What's the next one?
Atheist Scum United.
Atheist Scum United was never a website. It was meant to be an atheist movement. We had some forums that were in the works. That's about it. I think that there was someone developing a website. We never raised money for a website in the first place. So it's it's meaningless.
So fail on that one, Brett. Next.
So what's the next one?
The Fat Atheist.
ThatFatAtheist.com.
That was a personal site for
That was a
PJ.
personal, amazing atheist website. I also don't believe I raised any money for that one. If I did, whatever. It was up for quite a while. It was hacked by a hacker named Quabandi, and one of those people that decided to help me for free to do my website, once it started getting hacked, just disappeared from the face of the earth. I don't understand how to run the website without them, so what am I to do?
I posted on and followed that Fat Atheist forums for like a year.
Yeah,
So the website was up.
So that
You were
website
good
was
at
also in
that.
operation for quite some time. So
Yep.
you're once again acting like this is a website that never existed. I raised money for it, and then it just never manifested. That's not true. I don't believe I ever raised money for it. Maybe I did, but it was up for a long time. It was destroyed by a hacker. The webmaster dropped off the face of the earth.
Do you know who Amendum is?
Of course I know who Inmendum is.
Oh yeah, we know who he
You
is.
know
Okay.
damn well I know who Inmendum is.
Okay, well, I know that you guys had some problems a while back. He said some pretty nasty stuff. You do realize that he's got his own video site put together called Do Not God, right?
How's that
Sure.
working out for him?
This is a guy.
And he's the biggest success on the internet.
Not to
he's
be-
he's
not-
not the most successful, that's for sure. But if a guy like him, who he admits is very poor, has a difficult time just getting groceries, but he managed to create his own video site, that isn't doing too bad for him.
All he did was go use an existing platform to build a website.
He-
All right?
he never set
Anybody
out
could
to-
do that. I did not want to run that sort of website. I wanted to run something that would hopefully be able to at least capture a small percentage of YouTube's market share. You're not going to do that with some template site that's based on some community that someone else has already developed. You have to offer a unique and original fucking product. And because that failed, because we did not have whatever ingredient to make that succeed, the project was abandoned.
Are you aware of PHP Motion?
No.
You can go over there and actually get templates that are $50 to $100.
Right,
You can
right.
monetize it.
You're missing
The
You're
design,
missing
the
the
design
point.
is not the point. The design of a website is not the issue here. We wanted to build a community. It has nothing to do with the actual technology. Like, we had the technology to some degree there on the websites we were talking about. What happened was there was problems with the community. On That Fat Atheist, you actually got that incorrect, TJ. That Fat Atheist was basically stolen by the guy that developed it for you.
Oh, that's right.
Like, remember, he took the forums from you, he changed them over.
Let's just end this connection to Inmendum, because I know Inmendum.
Hey, Brett,
Didn't you guys have backup servers at least?
Hold on. Listen, Brett. Inmendum built his website as a personal repository for his videos. He never intended his website to be monetarily competitive with YouTube or to make money at all. It's a personal website of his. You can go get a template that looks like something from out of 1999 and make a personal website. Everybody knows that, Brett. They were trying to do something better. They were trying to make a professional, clean website that people could come to that would compete or at least be on, a platform that people would like to look at. That would be a successful platform. That's two different things.
I think that TJ, with the resources and the money that you got, I think that you could have had a very successful website. Something probably would have blew up. You would have had a great community. You would have had
that may very well be true. I don't know. But the point is that I'm not even looking to do that anymore.
You're not going to try to bring back not productive, nothing?
No, I'm done with that. The fact that you can sit here and cite a history of failed websites that I've been involved in indicates to me that I'm not a fucking web developer. That I was an idiot to ever think I was. Now, if you want to say that I'm incompetent at that, I would have to agree. You're absolutely right. If you want to say it was some nefarious scam so that I could line my pockets with more of that sweet YouTube cheddar, then I got to say you're full of shit.
Why didn't you offer to pay some people back for it?
Oh my God! Okay,
What do you mean? It was a donation.
If I go around
and the money was already spent.
If I go around and I collect money to build a house, and I raise $70,000, and I build $70,000 worth of a house, only to realize that the house is going to cost another, $20,000 to finish. I don't owe people back for that fucking house.
Next.
I mean, if you invest in something,
Don't help anybody, that's fine with me.
no. If you invest in a project and that project fails, you don't get a refund.
It's called crowdfunding.
Hey, Brett, did you ever refund any of the people that donated to you supposedly losing your house, but really went to your Amazon wish list? You paid them back?
Not all of them, but I am sitting there still working on it. I don't make
bullshit
as much as you guys.
Find one person that donated to you that'll come in here and say that you paid them back.
You know how much money
You lying charlatan piece of shit.
You know how much money I actually got?
Brett,
I don't care how much money you got.
Brett, I had a
You don't
question
even know what
about.
you're talking about. Go ahead.
I had a question about the disclaimer in your video. How do you know that that atheists use vote bots to downrate your videos?
Because they actually come over to the YouTube channel and leave comments stating that they're doing this.
How many
You click
downvotes?
on, just like anybody that clicks on your channel and leaves a comment, you're able to click on the name and actually go look.
How many downvotes do you have?
It depends on the videos. There's a lot of negative.
How many?
Well, let me take a look.
Okay.
Let's see what we got.
Because
okay, I got to
You-
refresh. I got to
you
refresh.
don't seem, you don't seem like you're getting that many views in general,
Yeah.
let alone downvotes. Like, if your video was sitting there with 10,000 downvotes or
yeah,
something,
that is a vote.
I would
bot.
be like, wow, Brett really is getting vote botted by somebody. But I mean, we go to your videos, and the ones that actually allow ratings, which is pretty rare these days.
They all allow ratings.
Oh,
no,
well,
That's not
maybe
true.
They
Every
don't
single one of
show
them
the
just can't
ratings.
see the.
Oh, you-
okay,
oh,
right,
right.
sure. So we just have to believe whatever number you tell us, basically.
Yeah.
Well, I can sit here and take a screenshot.
No, that's fine. Whatever.
Share
I
your
don't
screen.
care.
Well, if you don't,
The point
if you
is
don't-
that you're not being. The point is, Brett, you're not being vote botted by anybody. No one cares enough to vote bot you. There's simply people that go watch your videos and downrate them manually, the old-fashioned way. No one's sitting there trying to develop a vote bot program to target Brett Keane.
In fact, if I could I tell a little story real quick, guys? Do we have a minute?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
The only person that I've ever personally known that has used vote and rating bots on YouTube is Brett Keane. Let me explain. Let me explain this to you. Let me
He
explain
lies
this
so
to you.
much
Brett.
out of your
Hold on, Brett. Let me.
All right,
I
Brett,
gave you time
Brett,
to
hold
speak.
on. Brett, you'll have a moment. We'll
I'm
give you the
listening.
floor to respond
You can
afterwards.
respond to it.
I promise.
Totally
We'll all
deny-
be quiet while you respond.
You can totally deny all this truth I'm about to tell. I watch Brett Keane. I've always watched Brett Keane on and off. Even when he's not on YouTube, I would check in on what he's doing just to kind of see. Like I said, I'm a historian, right? There was this one point in time during one of Brett Keane's channels, and I don't remember if it was the Stallion 76 or Mr. Evolution 666 or 777 or whatever the fuck it was. It was one of those channels.
There's
though.
a list of all of Brett Keane's channels on the DP Wiki, on Brett Keane's page on the DP
Yes.
Wiki.
So it was one of those. It was one of those two, and I was watching Brett Keane's videos, and I was watching one of his videos, and I noticed all of the sudden Brett Keane usually got maybe 10 ratings on a video, maybe 2 comments, maybe 3. All of the sudden, Brett Keane was getting massive upvotes, like 250 upvotes 2 hours after his video goes live, and a bunch of comments, and I'm like, Brett Keane is blowing up. What's he doing? I start reading the comments, and all of them are the same. They're all like, hey, great video. Wow, I would recommend this to anybody. Wow, this is a great video. Wow, super video. And then you had a bunch of upvotes, and I was like, Now, either one of two things happened, Brett. Either you got super popular for about 5 days until people started calling you on it, and then it just mysteriously stopped when people were like, Brett Keane's vote botting. That mysteriously stopped, or you vote botted, you lying sack of shit.
You got some proof?
Right up here, baby, right up here. I can't prove things that because your channel was flagged down, Brett. I can't prove things because you lost your channels.
That's
Because you decided early on in your YouTube career to dock drop somebody and get permabanned from YouTube. Congrats, Brett. All that work down the shithole. But I saw it, and a bunch of other people saw it too, Brett. A bunch of other people.
Well, not a bunch.
there you go.
Well, yeah, like the 10 people that watch you.
The 10
10
real people.
Can you
Ten
guys
bucks.
tell me? Can you guys tell me what you see right there? I just gave you a link.
Oh, a link. All right.
Well, will I click on a link that Brett Keane has put in the fucking...
It's a YouTube link.
I know, I'm
It's gonna
kidding,
happen.
Brett.
Your computer ain't gonna light up like a Christmas tree. Come on.
I'm kidding, Brett. I'm kidding. I'm ribbing you, buddy.
What
While you're
is
looking at
this?
though, I do want to say to TJ, I really believe that if you would have got some right people, you could have made a good website.
Well, thank you,
Okay.
Brett. I appreciate
What is
that.
this? This is Games You Love. What is it?
Are we promoting games you love?
Yeah, that's kind of what's happening here. So
Yeah.
we're looking at a Games You Love video. It's called Elder Scrolls Online
Should I-
Delayed Again to 2015. What does this have to do with the price of rice in China, Brett?
Well, you had stated earlier that I'm only getting like a few views on my channel. I was curious to see on that.
Brett, that's view baiting. You posted
So-
you posted a big, long video title about something that was really popular at the moment, and you got 1,100 views. Congrats, Brett! You're playing the YouTube game now. Show me another one.
Okay, no problem.
Show me another one. I bet it's got a show me the one with the chick with her legs spread open. I bet that one's got a lot of views too.
That's J-Dub's video in game.
Oh, that's J-Dub's video. Okay. You don't take responsibility for that one.
That's his work.
Let's go to games you love. Let's just see what he's averaging here.
Yeah, let's see this scintillating content.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just go to the channel. Let's take a look.
Yeah, let's pull it up,
Hello,
baby.
ladies and gentlemen. My
Oh,
name is
God.
Oh, it's Brett.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here.
So we're gonna
go
take
to
a look.
videos. Yeah.
We can go to like Social Blade and see all the metrics if
Let
you
me
want.
let me put it up here so
So
everyone
let's
can
just
see.
go to the videos tab up at the top.
Yeah, here
Let's
we
see.
are.
We got it
we
here.
are.
35 views, 170 views,
Whoa!
612
Hold
views.
on.
Whoa!
600.
Oh my God! No!
The world is ending.
666 views.
The Vigilant Christian was right.
God, he
Star
was
Wars
right.
is satanic.
I thought you were a Christian, Brett.
So now
didn't notice
I want everybody to
Kinda
I want everybody to notice too that we're going back now a week. So in a week, you've garnered 550 views.
There's a
81
3-week-old
views.
video with 41 views.
81.
33.
Okay.
Wow.
Right.
Well, Brett, you're blowing up like a
79.
fucking. You're blowing up like gangbusters, Brett. What's your secret, dipshit?
Biggest thing through since the hula hoop, man.
What's your secret to getting absolutely nobody to watch you? Could you share your wise fucking wisdom with us? For getting nobody to ever.
I don't have a million viewers, but I think that any amount of viewers you get, whether it's 5 or 100, it's great.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, absolutely, Brett. You're right.
I'm sure that's exactly how you feel,
Well, thanks,
too.
thanks for showing us your clickbait video, though. We're impressed by those 1,100 views.
Anyway, let's address more things that Brett's been making videos about. Go ahead, Brett.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did want to ask, there is a person out there that I made a video about to you guys about Nadia Chambers. Would you be willing to have her on the show? She is a non-believer.
I don't know. Why? Who is she?
She's having a lot of health issues and a lot of problems, and I figured if she got on the show, you guys might be able to help her out.
How could we help her out?
I don't know, get her some views, help her out any way that you think that you can. I can
All
give
right,
you a
well,
YouTube channel.
we'll look into that.
Yeah, you just gave her a shout-out on the peasant, so that'll probably help.
Yeah, everyone go check out whatever he said.
Nadia Chambers.
Nadia Chambers.
Guys, I'll be right back. I have to go to the restroom real quick.
All right.
Oh, you pussy.
Gotta do some cocaine.
All right, you've got a video out there that you did where you talk about people who are bullied. If they
Yeah.
commit suicide, they're a pussy. Do you still
Sure.
hold that?
I that might be strong words. Sometimes I'll definitely exaggerate for effect, but I do feel that people who commit suicide, I do feel suicide is an act of cowardice. I know it's not a popular thing to say anymore, but that is how I feel.
You
Do
do realize
criticize that.
Since you guys promoted my channel and stuff, which you did, you pointed out my YouTube link, a lot of Drunken Peasants fan bases come over, and there's been a lot of young people.
Mm-hmm.
And they talked on the show about depression and having a lot of issues and all that. Some
Sure.
of them even appear to be suicidal. What would you say to them? You wouldn't call them a pussy, would you?
I wouldn't call them a pussy because they haven't done it yet. I didn't say there's anything wrong with being suicidal. I said there's something wrong with actually following through with it.
And I mean, there are there are some people that are suicidal that it's not because they're a pussy. It's because like mental illness has driven them to do it. Though.
Sure.
Right,
There's a
sure.
variety of reasons
That's
why
true
people can have
enough.
those feelings.
That's true. I'm not talking about people who commit suicide because they're schizophrenic or something like that. I'm talking about people who I just can't take it anymore. Life is too
But
hard.
I think anyone here was approached, they would counsel the people to seek mental help and to say, look, this is not a wise course of action.
I have a video on my TJ Does Life channel, Brett, called Don't Kill Yourself or something along those lines. It was actually the featured video on the channel. Maybe it still is. But I've had tons of people come to me and say that video helped them through their feelings of suicide.
What's the channel called in video?
TJ Does Life, and the video is called I think it's called Don't Kill Yourself. So you might want to watch that because that is probably a more realistic approach to how I feel about suicide than whatever salacious view bait thing you're referencing.
Well, it's something for me that's very personal. I've lost friends that are atheists as well as God believers due to suicide, and I didn't consider them a pussy. I consider
not-
them going through a lot of pain in their life, and they
You know,
just felt like they were.
you're free to feel the way you
you
feel.
have your
but
perception.
I have my own personal feelings. I've had not people close to me commit suicide, but I know that people like my friend Galen. I don't know if you know Galen well, but he's had friends commit suicide, and that was definitely his attitude afterwards. And it wasn't because he didn't love them. It wasn't because he didn't care about them. It was actually because of those things that he couldn't believe that they would just abandon the world, abandon all the people that care about them. You know, I do have a negative feeling there, and it's not as if I've never dealt with depression. I have dealt with depression. I've been depressed. I've never been quite, I guess, suicidal, but I've definitely been to the point where I wish I was never born, where I question why I even have to exist in this world. I'm sure that a lot of people have been to that point.
Yes.
And there was definitely huge portions of my life where I literally could take no joy in anything, no accomplishment. Nothing would satisfy me on any level. So I definitely know about depression and dealing with those things. I do not take it lightly.
I've talked about it on my channel and here on the DP. I suffer from depression. I've been suicidal. I got about halfway through a suicide attempt once before I stopped myself. I drank about a liter of vodka and drove up into the mountains and was going to drive my car off a cliff, and somehow managed to stop myself from doing that and fall asleep instead. So I share TJ's sentiments. I don't know why this topic is being brought up, to be honest with you.
Well, I brought up a video that he's got where he stated people who commit suicide are pussies. I've lost family members, atheist friends as well as God-believer friends to suicide, and it's something very personal to me. That's why I brought it up. But I think that what you guys have said was very important. I think people need to know they are cared about and that they should try to think about this before making a permanent decision.
Well, here's the thing, and I'm not even going to use this as a platform to attack Brett Keane for some reason, but a huge percentage of people that jump off of, the Golden Gate Bridge or something like that and survive, they ask them what went through their mind right after they jumped, and they said it was basically immediate regret, immediately wishing they had not done it.
Yeah.
So, it's not a good idea. Don't kill yourselves. Shit can get better. I don't know if it necessarily will, but it can.
Hey, look, we all agree on something. Wonderful. What a beautiful sentiment.
We've all
Thank you.
agreed that suicide is bad.
Yep.
We can find common ground on that highly contentious issue. Do we want to play some Brett Keane videos? Because we have some stuff here.
You can if you like. I want to let you know, though, I found your video, I liked it up, and I also subscribed. I'll check the video out later after the show.
Okay, well, thank you, Brett. That's very nice of you. Can we watch Brett Keane, the motherfucking opera? Brett, have you ever seen this?
Oh, jeez.
No, he doesn't.
I want to just get your reaction to it.
Can't we do a matinee one or something like that? Why do we got to do that one for?
Matinee.
Have you seen that one before, Brett?
Do you call me the matinee or manatee?
Manatee.
The manatee.
Not matinee. We call you a manatee.
All right.
It's
Now,
interesting
is
that
that like a
got
walrus
that
or
crust.
something?
No.
No,
It's
well,
it's
kind of close,
Like a freshwater walrus, yeah, with no tusks.
All right. Well, I've been called worse. Fine. Go ahead. Let's hear the cartoon.
Can you see the?
Hold on.
Are we sharing a screen with Brett?
I've already seen this one. It's kind of
He's already seen it.
But go ahead. It's a show.
Well, we just want to get your reaction to it because we're not going to have this opportunity very often.
I'm so
And
excited.
we have played this on the show before, so.
Do you want me on the camera so you can see me react?
Sure, if you want.
Let me see if I can get myself on camera.
Yeah, cam up, Brett, you sexy
see
piece
me?
of shit, you.
Hold on, I want to make sure I'm going to have to turn
You
it
see
up.
me? Am I on the screen?
Oh, there you
All
are.
right, here I
There he
go.
is.
I've seen this already, but go ahead.
Okay, well, let's just take a look. We just want your reaction. From Sci-10 Atheist, not the
Yeah.
Christian, the atheist.
This is probably going to be like the ice cream video reaction. Go ahead.
There was a G-Man one also that was pretty good. I don't know if the volume's going to work on this. We'll see.
Let's just try it.
Yeah, I'll try. Because it's a YouTube video.
Here in my dingy room, with my pajamas on, Adding more shit to my wish list on Amazon. Send to my home address a cornucopia of shit to distract me from my agoraphobia. I dream of Hollywood and of a better life, but
Everyone!
until that day,
I'll beat up my wife.
Come on.
I'm gonna beat my wife.
Oh. That's
I will punch her in the fucking face.
ugh. That's not funny.
I
That's
wrote
not
a
funny.
masterpiece of gothic fiction.
Oh, man.
It's so
My favorite.
Eternal dying love.
He's actually got the book on there. How about that?
Yep. I want to ask you about that after this is done.
I face
Bro.
eviction. Please pay my legal fees and pay my rent for me, or I will accuse you of attacking my family. This state of misery, such an inspiring place, it moves me to punch my wife in the face.
So,
Her fat, stupid face.
it's terrible.
I will knock out all her fucking teeth.
See, I love that video because Dorn gets revenge at the end.
Mm-hmm.
She comes in with the fucking forklift and stabs you in the neck.
That's pretty bigoted.
That's bigoted?
Bigoted.
That's
Bigoted to stab you in the
disgusting.
neck.
It's ignorant. The video is sitting there making fun of domestic abuse. It's disgusting.
So are you willing?
I don't think that all jokes are funny, guys.
So are you willing, Brett? Now, and you can say no, but are you willing to discuss your domestic violence charges?
There is no domestic violence.
There's not?
No.
Okay, so the two videos that I can pull up for Ben right now, where you tell two different stories about why you have domestic violence records. Those were what? Satire? Were you writing a film?
No, I was responding to people out there.
You were responding to a
There's
person
nowhere
who
in the
found.
video
Hold
where
on.
I sit there and state that I do anything like that.
No, you deny that you abused anybody, but you do admit that you had domestic violence charges filed against you in 2 instances.
I had an ex parte put against me. I did not do any kind of time, go to court, anything
Sure.
like that, because I didn't do anything to anybody.
Okay, that's fine. That's why I'm asking you to talk about it, Brett. My problem with that story is, and I would let it lie, because why would I question that? That's fine. Shit happens in people's lives. Everybody's got dirt. You know what I mean? It happens. Why did you tell two different, completely different, opposite stories about why it happened on YouTube?
What's different?
Well, we can watch the videos. I'm sure.
What do you think is different?
I don't know if we
In
have time to watch the entire videos.
Sure.
but-
In one of the videos, in this one, you claim it was because your wife couldn't look at you anymore because you thought your daughter...
Oh, no, that isn't it.
Because you thought your daughter was going to die. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm sorry to bring that up. I'm sure that was a very hurtful thing, and I'm not trying to be a dick here this time, Brett. I honestly am sorry to bring that up, but it's pertinent because in the next video, you tell a completely different story.
What's the other story?
You say... You don't mention your daughter in that story. You say that it was all your wicked stepmother who instigated your wife into putting a restraining order on you ex parte.
My daughter was in Cardinal Glennon St. Louis Hospital, Children's Hospital. While she was up there, she and I ended up taking turns being up there because we also have a son that we take care of. We couldn't have our son be up there the whole time. He had to go to school. So we kind of switched off over and over. While I was at home with my son, the stepmother went up to the hospital with my wife's father, where they were talking to her, and she was concerned, as well as myself, that we were going to end up losing our child. So what ended up happening was, it's tough. What ended up happening was she's considered a nurse, and she said that she would be willing to take my wife and my daughter into her home, providing that there's no involvement with me. At the time, I was a non-believer, and the stepmother was heavily Catholic. She felt like because I was a non-believer that this caused my wife to be a skeptic and get away from the church and all that, and she didn't want me being involved. So she told Don, if you want help with our child, you're going to have to put an ex parte, because I don't want him to show up at the house. I don't want to hear him saying that he wants you back along with your baby. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're listening.
So that's why, and there might be some confusion and time issues with it, because it's a very difficult thing that had happened, and it happened so long ago. Trying to actually describe something like that is so nightmarish. It's very hard to get it all straightened out. So if that's what you think, the stepmom was involved and my daughter was involved with this.
Sure. All I'm saying is that you have two very conflicting videos, and now that's a third story that you've offered up about it.
Stepmother.
So I don't know if
a horrible person. She just didn't want to be involved. She's no longer even in the family anymore.
That's fine. I understand your explanation, and I'm not going to pursue it any further. We can move on to another topic.
Does anyone have another topic?
Brett, I was wondering, the reviews on your book, did you write any of those?
On Lulu, there were friends of mine that I asked them if after they read the book, can they leave some reviews on it. So people did, and what ended up happening is Lulu, you used Lulu a while back in one of your books, so you know that whenever they put the stuff up on Amazon, as well as some of these other bookstores like Barnes & Nobles, sometimes the reviews transfer over.
Okay.
So yeah, there were people who were associated with me and friends, just like yourself. If a Drunken Peasants fan were to buy your book, you would probably like it if, you know, some of these people who watch you and know you leave some reviews. So I encourage people to do that.
These are such glowing reviews, though.
Well, and there's one. Can I interject real quick with just one problem, and then I will shut my fucking face for a minute?
Sure, go ahead.
The problem is that it's not only the reviews, Brett. It's the editorial reviews section that causes the most concern on your Amazon pages, because those were not carried over from another website. Those were entered directly into that by somebody with access to your Amazon page, your Amazon storefront.
What are you talking about?
Okay. So instead, there people can leave reviews on books, right? Anybody can go to Amazon and leave a book review. And that's what you're claiming happened. You had some friends come over, they left glowing reviews, whatever, it's not that. The problem is that some of those glowing reviews, Brett, they abuse section, which for books is limited to publications that have reviewed your book. No publication has ever reviewed any Brett Keane book, and the publications listed under editorial reviews don't exist. So somebody with access to your Amazon storefront entered these things in falsely.
Are you talking about the Serpent's Cradle magazine?
I'm talking about detectivelovers.org. I'm talking about horrorfans.org. I'm talking about, yes, serpentscradlemagazine.com.
Well, there is some websites out there. I don't know if the horror thing still exists, but there's a lot of different horror websites. The Serpent's Cradle, that was actually me trying to produce a magazine with some other people out there. And of course, I'd asked if they would leave some kind of review for it.
I didn't ask you.
Cradle was through me, but the Serpent's Cradle radio thing is not existent anymore.
I didn't ask you.
But here's the thing. I mean, like, we can go back and forth all day about how did these reviews get there, who put them there. I think we all have our answers in our head already. But the fact remains that, you know, these books are not well written.
They're not.
No, they're not well written. They're full of terrible grammar mistakes. Sentences run on together. They're not even close to being properly formatted. And hey, I understand. I self-published all my books. There's definitely more typos than there are in a book you would buy at Barnes & Noble or something like that. But, with your books, it's just ridiculous. And the writing itself oftentimes doesn't make any sense. There's run-on sentences. There's sentences that are incomplete, that go nowhere. Now, maybe you could say that's your style, whatever. I find it hard to believe. I find it hard to believe that so many people would give this book such glowing reviews and be singing its praises like, oh, this is such an amazing book. I had fans that went and reviewed my books on Amazon. They didn't just say, well, it sucks, but it's TJ's book, so we're gonna say it's great.
Yeah, you had some negative reviews.
I had some negative reviews. I had some 3-star reviews that said it's okay, and I had some good reviews, but nothing. No one was just sucking my dick nakedly like, oh my God, Amazing Atheist wrote a book, and it's the best fucking book ever. That's the kind of shit you see when you go read the reviews for your books.
Not only that, but feel like they're all that glowing. But I did want to point out something to you.
Sure.
People have asked me about my books in the Google. The books were actually written down on notepads a long time ago whenever I was a teenager trying to put this together. My wife, though, as well as some of my friends, they thought that it would be good if it actually got out there. I didn't believe it was good enough for publishing. I wasn't even thinking that it had any kind of move or it would go anywhere. So that is the reason why we even use Lulu in the first place. It's self-published.
Brett,
Go anywhere.
Do you remember the readings you did from your own book when you were pimping the Eternal Undying Love books on your channel?
Off some of it, yeah. And at the time,
but you clearly weren't just putting it out there. You were actively promoting these books and hoping that they sold. And I would think, and this is crazy.
I'll go you one further, Paul. I'll go you one further.
Sure.
I remember there was a time when people were very interested in how Brett Keane made money exactly.
Yeah, and you made a video asking him.
People asked him how he made money, and he said, well, I'm a published author.
He showed his books.
First of all, you're a self-published author.
Lulu.
But second of all, I talked to Nick Gisburn. I know he's not really a figure on YouTube anymore, but he told me that when he put out his book,
Can you hold on 1 second? I got to use the restroom one more time. The coffee threw me. I apologize. I'll be right back.
Okay.
You guys continue to yap on about it if you want. I'll be right back.
Okay, sure. The point is that Nick Gisburn, who was a pretty big atheist on YouTube at the time, put out a book called The Atheists Are Revolting, which he also released on Lulu. The interesting thing about that is that after he sold 40 copies of his book, he passed all of Brett Keane's books in the all-time sales charts. So the idea that Brett was making income from selling these books, absolutely ludicrous.
It doesn't seem feasible.
Yeah, and on top of it, he was heavily promoting the books for weeks and weeks and weeks.
Oh yeah,
I remember it was he constantly promoted those books,
and he promoted them as they were like actual works of literary fiction, and that this is what he did for a living. He was an author. Hi, I'm Brett Keane, the author. This is my new book.
These are some rough manuscripts,
Not like, oh, this is some shit I wrote back when I was a Christian situation, and my wife was looking at my notebook with a couple of other individuals, and they thought I should put it out there, so I self-published it through Loop. No. This was Brett Keane trying to sell people his books using the credibility of his channel. So when he comes back and admits that he knows the books were shit, he's admitting he's a shyster and a huckster and a piece of shit and has no reason to ever question anything TJ's ever done with money that he's asked for donation. Period. So watch it happen live here on the Drunken Peasants. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight on this Wednesday evening, coming at ya.
Film at 11.
Coming at ya. Yeah. Coming at you tonight.
Brett needed another cry session, I guess.
I don't know.
Another strategy session with the wife.
Dawn, what should I do?
I'm losing,
Attack
Dawn.
Pattern Omega.
In this situation.
Bring up the rape victim again, Brett. That'll do it. All right.
Do you have that old video that I shot called The Amazing Atheist
Not too
Plagiarism
keen.
Incident?
Yep.
Not too keen.
No, it's not that one. It's this is an issue regarding Brett Keane as on the issue of plagiarism, basically.
Got it.
And now a brief word from the Amazing Atheist.
We'll just take a look at this.
You want to start now?
Yeah, we can go ahead and start it. We ain't waiting for him.
ignored every last one of them. Dozens of emails that I received telling me pretty much the same story.
This might have been from the
went on
Not Too
Red Keane's
Keen
channel,
video, actually.
And I
It was.
disagreed with something he said in the video. And the next thing I know, I was banned. Someone sent me to a site created by you, where you claimed that that you had written the lyrics to a song that you had not written the lyrics to. A song by the band Him. I don't remember the exact song.
All right, I'm back.
All right, did you hear that?
Just got back. Sorry. I will suggest for you right now, do not put French vanilla in your coffee.
Okay, Brett. Good advice.
Sure.
No French vanilla for you, TJ.
We were just watching an old TJ video, a video that TJ made directed at you. That I don't think you ever directly. I don't think you ever directly responded to it. So it'll be interesting, Brett, to see what you think about it.
We'll just start it from the beginning.
Sure.
Sure.
This is actually cut from a longer video, but...
So I ignored every last one of them. Dozens of emails that I received telling me pretty much the same story. I went on Brett Keane's channel, and I disagreed with something he said in the video, and the next thing I know, I was banned.
Banned?
Someone sent me to a site created by you, where you claimed that that you had written the lyrics to a song that you had not written the lyrics to. A song by the band Him. I don't remember the exact song, but I told you, I emailed you and said, Brett, what's up with this? You better take this down, because if any of your detractors find this, they're going to have a field day. What's up with this anyway? And you gave me some very lame explanation that it automatically puts your name in, which I know is not the case. I mean, it does automatically put the person's name in, but not in the particular field that it was in. You had titled the song such and such by Brett Keane. It was part of the title of the song, as you had input it. So it was blatant plagiarism.
Is that all video?
Yeah, I believe so.
That's all it has.
Yeah. I've done cover songs of Symphony of Destruction by Megadeth, Holy Wolf, Enter the Sandman by Metallica.
Sure.
Everybody knows that.
This wasn't a cover song, Brett.
I do cover songs.
This wasn't a cover
wasn't
song.
a cover song. This was a the song wasn't even a cover song. It was basically the lyrics to a song that someone else had written, but it said that it was written by you.
Not in the video. I just know that I've done cover songs.
All right. Do you recall a conversation where you admitted that you don't care that you're a plagiarist?
I said in my videos I don't care if people accuse me of these different things.
No. There was a video where you actually it seemed to at least admit that you're a plagiarist and that you don't care about what you've done. Are you aware of the existence of that video?
I have said in my videos many, many times throughout the many, many years of being on here that I don't care what people accuse me of. I don't care if people come over and call me a kitten killer, a murderer, or whatever stupid thing they can come up with that day. Like
What
you
if
said,
there was evidence to the claim, though? That you wouldn't be concerned if there was evidence to back up what they were saying? I mean, obviously, any sort of accusation on the internet, that's fine. I mean, obviously, people will say lots of things, but at the same time...
There's people that cut my head off of my neck and put me on walruses on the internet.
Sure.
All right. Well,
that happens to lots of people.
Let's just take a look. Maybe this will jog your memory a little bit. Let's hold on. This is also about.
I don't want this to get ugly, and I'd like to be really civil with you, because I know that you have a bit of a hard time on YouTube. I've just got one question, really, which I think would make a huge difference if you could answer it honestly. I don't know how you feel about answering questions.
Well, you know me, I don't answer questions.
Well, the only thing I want to know is,
come on,
remember the whole thing about your poem and the Judy Burnett debacle that we had?
Well, let's just take a look.
Well, I don't know anything about it being my poem.
Okay, well, what I wanted to ask you, Brett, was you said in a video recently that that if someone makes a mistake, the really good thing to do is to hold their hands up
it's
and
edited?
to admit the mistake, so that people really respect them a lot more. I was just wondering, in the light of what was a small mistake I think that you made by not admitting that that poetry wasn't
Don't,
yours. I'm just
don't you
wondering
know what
why
happened
you-
to
you would-
her?
I don't care what happened to her. We're talking about this.
Well,
We're basically
talking
going to focus
about-
on what you're saying here.
Did
Hold
you
on.
see what she did to me on her channel when she ended up getting shut down?
Sure.
She
I mean, I'm
actually
not.
took pictures
I'm not
of
here
my-
to defend. I'm not here to defend whatever her name is. I don't even remember her. But we're just going to look at what you say here in this clip.
That was Judalicious, by the way.
Yeah, which was
Judalicious.
friends with Exiled, who sat there and claimed that you were wanting to destroy a bunch of channels through the Atheist Scum United. I got the video of that.
Sure.
And
Let's
you
take a
even
look
said
here.
in your video that you had to get rid of One Less God in Exile because they were causing you a lot of aggravation and problems.
Situations.
Yeah,
Yeah.
situations with these individuals.
Yeah.
Hold your hand up to that.
So you basically you'd like me to say that I'm gonna play
Come on, you can tell my voice is being edited in this.
No, I don't want you to admit to those
Okay.
things. I just would like you to admit that you're human, that you made a mistake, and that probably in hindsight, a better way to have dealt with it would have been to say, yeah, I should have credited Judy, and I shouldn't have made it look like it was my own poem. Because not only I saw it, Brett, about 200 or 300 people saw you do it.
You know what I actually feel bad about doing?
This is
Hold on.
video.
This is definitely your voice here. So let's just take a look
Yeah.
at this clip, whether or not it's edited out of context or not.
All right, hold on. Before you start it again, he said, what did he say? Because he just said something and he
know.
directed it right at Judalicious.
Yeah, he did. So let's
So
go
the
back
claims
to
that this is edited footage are kind of in question here.
Well, it's clear that it's edited.
Well, okay, yeah, but it's definitely edited, but that it's not an interview that you did with Judalicious. That's what I'm saying.
Let's just go back a little bit. Let's hear this entire quote, because I mean, whether this interview existed or not, there's definitely this quote that's out there, and maybe you could tell us a little bit about this.
Means you as well as our been past some of the karma psychology account. That's what I feel bad about. But do I feel bad for plagiary? No. But do I feel bad for plagiary? No. But do I feel bad for plagiary? No.
Anyway, it's been...
cut. Come on, you guys can tell the audio's cut. I know you're aggravated with me.
Well, sure, it's cut.
And I know
Yeah, it's
you
obviously
went
cut. There's a
drama,
clear
but that's
cut there, but
clearly
did you?
edited. You know people have done
Well,
that.
where's it from? I mean, you address her directly in the quote.
Yeah.
You say that you're sorry for attacking her personally, but the thing you're not sorry for is plagiary, which I don't even know if that's a word, but
I've been in tons and tons of live shows and also on Stickam and Yahoo and everything. Someone could have easily just been asking questions in text or on voice, asking me questions about stuff, and then cut it out and did this. There's people who come into my room all the time say,
There's many possibilities.
why are you directly addressing Judalicious in the clip then?
Because they probably sat there and cut it. If you listen to my Hangouts, people come in all the time. They say, do you hate the Amazing Atheist? Is there any way you guys can work things out, all this? And if I sit there and I say, I don't hate the Amazing Atheist, and then they put Amazing Atheist, hate, yada, they can easily do that. You can
Brad, everybody who's got a modicum of popularity on YouTube has had that happen to them, where somebody makes like a YouTube poop mashup of their video and makes them say something ridiculous.
You want a funny video?
That has a very hold on, Brett. Hold on, let me finish. That has a very distinct sound. You see, it sounds like this. Brett Keane, your children are water-headed idiots.
Let me show you something real
We
quick.
just listened to you. Hold on, Brett. Hold the phone. We just listened to you in a stream of consciousness sentence say that you don't care about plagiary, which isn't a word, by the way.
Here, let me show you something.
It's nonsense. Your senses are lying to you.
Paul, it's all been doctored. It's all fake.
The Matrix has you, Paul.
To play this? Hold on a second. Let me get you something here real quick. Would you be willing to play this?
Go for it.
Let me get it for you.
Yeah, post that situation in the chat, individual.
All right, hold on a second. Okay. Going over to my channel right now to get this for you. This is me responding to a troll. Look what they did. They actually made it sound like I was a homosexual and that I was talking, saying gay stuff in the video. And you guys know that people do this kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Hold on.
Situation, individual, situation, individual, situation.
All right, I'm getting the clip.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm providing some elevator music so the people aren't listening to dead air, Brett.
Okay. Hello,
What is
ladies
this?
and gentlemen, this is Games You Love. My gamer tag is Ultra Magnus, as you can see in the top right corner. Today, I'm going to be showing you what I feel like is some of the best classes, but I'm going to be talking about all the classes. So.
What is this?
It's my son. He's streaming PlayStation 4 game.
Okay.
So why are we supposed to be watching this now?
I don't know why you guys are watching it.
Oh, okay.
That's what you sent us.
You just sent this to me.
Well, this is the link to that was from earlier.
Oh, that was the video you sent us because we were supposed to be impressed by the 1,100 views.
Oh, okay.
I just clicked on.
Yeah, that's the most recent link we have.
All right, here you go.
Oh, now he's sending it.
Here you go.
Okay.
Well, I had to look for it. I got a lot of videos, you know that.
Yeah,
okay,
you do.
Here you go.
That is true.
Make sure to catch that video that we just watched on Games You Love.
Games you love.
Such a kid. Love it all night.
Did you get the link?
Yes.
Yes.
What does it say? Atheist Brett Keane owns the shit out of Brett Keane the Christian.
And when you get an opportunity,
This is garbage. This is not true.
By thumbing us up. Thank you.
Yeah, no way. This part is not true, Brett. Sorry.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brett Keane from God.
Somebody sat there and edited
check
that.
out my game.
Okay, what did they edit up though? You're just talking. You're just talking, Brett. So what did they edit?
Also type in Brett Keane super queer.
Oh. That sounds fun. Can we type in Brett Keane super queer?
Everybody knows that atheists out there edit my videos up and do this. Here's a super queer where they edited.
Wait a minute. Hold on, Brett. Hold on, Brett. You mean like you edited the video that you put up of TJ about a week ago where he says, "Fuck your god, nigger. Fuck your god, nigger. Fuck your god, nigger." You mean like that? You mean like that? You mean like that though? Editing like that where you make him say it over and over again for effect? Is that what you're accusing people of?
It says "fuck your god, nigger" in it.
You're such a fucking
It does
cunt.
say it. Yeah, that is true. It does say it.
You're
TJ, how
such
can
a
you deny
fucking
that?
cunt, Brett. You're such a fucking chump.
Hello, YouTube.
Oh my.
Republican, bringing you the truth with truth-flavored bias. And today I'd like to
Alright.
talk about Brett Keane.
This is the remarkable Republican. He's definitely a conservative.
Didn't one time Scotty get hit on by the remarkable Republican?
We both know that you guys are friends with Exiled. You even said it in a video, and you know that Exiled and this lady were friends.
Is he talking now? What's going on?
It's in like
The fact that I believe there's a strong case to be made that he is in fact a secret homosexual.
Okay, Brett, I want to tell you that someone made a video about Scotty. This same guy made the same video about Scotty.
Yes, he did.
The remarkable Republican.
He's a troll.
Yes.
And you know that Scotty is an atheist situation, so he's not just attacking your Christian individualhood.
Right.
Yes.
Well, this shows clearly that atheists like to edit up videos and say what they want.
Hold on, look.
Hi guys,
Hold
this
on,
is
look.
Remarkable Republican. I am a fan of your show despite the fact that I disagree with almost all of your stances, but I do like your style and your take on things. Now, my question is specifically for Scotty. Now, I know that you and the rest of the peasants try to be intellectually honest to the best of your abilities.
Yes.
Keeping in mind limitations. So my question for you is, why do you not come out of the closet as a Christian? Because it's quite clear to me that you must be a Christian.
Oh my God.
Here's why I say that.
This video is terrifying.
It's clear from watching you
Feel
the way
exposed.
you pose and move your hands and bat your eyes and these kind of things that you are in fact a homosexual.
No, I'm not.
I mean, you have.
No, I'm not.
Okay, Brett. So this is the exact same person.
That just shows that these Republicans can edit up whatever they want.
Yep.
So next, Brett.
Well, what you've shown is that people do that stuff to you as well.
Okay.
This is the same person.
So what's the point then of you bringing it up?
The point is that you're showing like what was that, like 10 years old of an edited video by a person was known for doing that, who was friends with Exiled, who was angry at myself as well as you, TJ. You ended up actually getting rid of them because you felt like they were dishonest and doing trashy things.
So
are
are you on the record to say that she doctored the basically what is being played? So this is all fake, is what you're saying.
That's what I was trying to tell you earlier. She ended up getting knocked off of YouTube because she took photos of people's kids and cut them up in her videos, making it look like they were doing sexual things with their children.
What?
This person right here that you're showing on the screen was Exile's friend, Judalicious. She did some pretty disgusting things.
As we said going into this, we're not here to defend Judalicious.
No.
She can be.
She may have done reprehensible things.
I don't know.
That could very well have happened.
We're just showing you the clip where you seem to say in one clear stream that doesn't sound as though it's edited that you don't regret. You regret attacking Judalicious. You regret attacking her friend. But the thing you don't regret is the plagiary.
It's edited.
Okay.
It's edited. So you're saying...
All right, okay. You say definitively this has been edited.
Well, you did not actually say that. Okay, so I remember the whole... But I remember the whole plagiarism thing, too. I mean, you definitely posted a poem that was not yours and said it was yours.
I discovered my calling as a Brett Keane historian when the plagiarism incident happened. I remember it like it was yesterday, Brett. I remember it like it was yesterday. Can I tell this? Can I
remember
Brett, hold on.
Jacqueline Glenn getting caught over 20 times.
Yeah,
we called her out too.
We've called her out. We've called her out.
She's been admonished on this show.
Yep.
I made a video.
Paul
Zigo's most recent video.
Troll for something like this. I mean, it's stupid.
What?
Okay.
But this is 10 years ago, and this lady ended up.
No, we're talking about our own personal recollections of what happened at this point.
So give me 1 minute.
She used to cut up pictures of Christians and make them look like they were having sex with.
Okay, fine. I'm sure she might have done that.
Brett,
That has nothing to do with us.
Listen, Brett. Let me tell you the story of you plagiarizing Judy Burnett's poem. Okay, it just like it was yesterday. Where are you at?
It was a stormy night.
Where are you going, Brett? It's a story time with Paul.
He's going to do a bump. Come on, Paul. Get your energy up.
You're back?
Right. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Are you back, Brett?
He's back. I think he's back. Did he say he was back?
We're back.
I don't hear him. He's not back.
Okay, all right. We'll wait then. We'll wait.
Give us some background music,
There's
Paul.
a coffee situation going on.
Don't stop believing. This is a song I wrote, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I wanna play you a song I wrote. It's called "Believin'." Don't stop believing.
That sounds really familiar, Paul.
Hold on to that feeling, ladies and gentlemen. Situations.
Have you guys ever heard a song like this?
Never.
Okay. Well,
This
you
is
don't
an
like.
original song.
Oh, wait. You don't like that song situation? Well, I can play you another song situation that I wrote.
Original song.
This one is called "Baked Goods." It goes like this. She's my cherry pie. Cool drink of water, such a sweet situation. Tastes so good, makes the situation cry. Sweet individual.
Wow. It's even better than the first one.
This is so original.
I'm a songwriter situation.
Clearly, you've never plagiarized anything before in your life.
I mean,
since everyone's getting up to pee, I'm gonna go pee too.
What?
Go pee, TJ.
I don't even know.
I'm gonna go pee too because I have to pee as well.
Everyone's just gonna pee right now. Ben, you have to go out. Me and you have to go outside and just take a piss.
Oh, fuck.
Everyone has to piss right now.
Everyone.
It was like the universal lie. The Force made us piss. Yeah, I bought a bunch of like Episode 7 tickets. I was like, "Fuck this! I'm going to IMAX." And it's like, I know this shit's gonna sell out because the internet's hyping it so much.
You know it's
all right, I'm back.
Welcome back, Brett.
You
decided.
You guys have hit me with a lot of different topics. How about I get to ask some questions?
Yeah, go ahead.
That sounds wonderful, Brett. TJ's gone right now, so I think we should wait till he's back.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
hold
take
up a
I'm gonna
second.
take a quick 5 seconds to drain my lizard. I gotta shake the monster too, Brett. I'm not drinking coffee, but I gotta shake the monster too. You know what I mean?
We've been doing this for a while, so every once in a while someone's got to use the restroom. Go ahead.
Hey, it happens. I'll be back.
Brett, I've seen you do 8-hour hangouts before.
Yeah, but you'll notice in my hangouts, there's a lot of times where I'll let the moderators take over, and I'll type in. I'll say I'll be right back, and
Go
I
smoke
do
a
my
fatty.
thing.
You know, you need that fucking doobie brain.
Do you smoke weed, Brett?
No,
No.
Oh man, you're missing
Did
out.
you smoke it when you were an atheist?
I smoke tobacco pipes. I know someone recorded me smoking a tobacco pipe once and claimed that if I actually had done weed, I'd simply admit it.
You've never done weed in your
I
life?
have not.
No.
No.
Wow, that if that's true, that is remarkable. Truly, I say that truly.
Yeah.
That is remarkable if that is true. Because most people, like even Obama, said he smoked weed.
I'm willing to bet. Didn't G-Man?
doesn't cope.
Didn't G-Man say he smoked weed before he was a Christian?
I think
or something?
so.
Yeah.
I think he did.
Yeah.
I think that's how he became a Christian.
Oh, that's how he became a Christian. Dude, we'd be the most Christian motherfuckers if that was true.
Dude, God is real.
Dude, God is totally fucking legit, man.
Yep.
So you really don't talk, for someone who runs a channel called God TV Radio, you really don't talk too much about religion.
Well, I do in my Google Hangouts, and I also got I have 3 video channels. Wait, no, got 4. Got the Games You Love. I've got God TV Radio International, Brett Keane Superstar, and then the standard God TV Radio.
Okay, is Paul still here?
He stepped away for a moment, but Brett wanted to ask.
Paul's
I'm
dead.
guessing he wants to ask you some questions. Is that right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, of course.
Sure. Now, I intended on coming on here and having a respectful discussion, but I expected things to be dramatic and all that. But I sat here and I listened to you guys chuckle at the jokes Paul Zigo did about my child, and I think that was way, way overboard.
Okay.
Which ones?
Well, the whole waterhead, all that kind of stuff. I mean,
Well, you have every right to feel that way.
surely
We have every
surely
right to have
there's
our
things
reaction.
out there that you think might be going way over the line.
Brett, you realize you originated the water-headed idiots thing when you faked
No,
making an email from fake Sagan, right?
But I'm going to go ahead and ask my questions since you guys definitely decided to go that far with it, and I was going to keep things.
Okay.
Well, no, Paul wanted to tell a story first, I believe.
No. You know what? It's
He's
fine.
already-
It's fine. Brett's right. It's been a while since he's
Okay,
had a
okay.
chance to, so story time can wait.
Sure.
That's all fair.
You've accused me of plagiarism. You've accused me of all kinds of different things, domestic abuse. But you actually have public records out there yourself, as well as your father, for scamming people for over $35 million.
Yeah.
So how are you going to sit here and act like you've got some kind of room to talk, accusing me of some kind of Judy Burnett poem, when you know that your father ripped people for $35 million and also sat there and made false diplomas that caused people to lose their jobs, lose their entire lives, and you actually have the audacity to sit here and judge me and put me down like this.
So, do you feel like my father's sins are weighted down upon
The
me?
Old
Is that how it
Testament
goes?
would agree. The Old
I think
Testament
that
would
you
agree.
believe that because that explains why it is you scammed people for all the money on those websites in the RV.
Do you have any evidence?
You can
We've already
sit here and
addressed
say,
any evidence of
you
that.
can
Here's
sit
the
here
thing.
and say, I'm
Here's the thing.
sorry, I just failed at the websites and got hacked.
I was at a.
Well, do you actually have any concrete evidence? That
No,
that's the
you
case?
have to have a
That's my
backup
story.
server.
We've already gone through that.
If you have new evidence to
Hold on.
present.
Yeah,
Hold
but
on.
I've had to repeat myself for 10 years to you.
Sure.
Why
But
can't
here's
you
the thing.
explain why it is you're not
Yeah.
willing to pay
My-
back for the product that you
I did
claimed
explain
and
that.
promised?
It's been explained to you. You just don't understand.
I definitely
Explain
explained
to
that.
us
But
about your father. Tell us
all right,
about.
I
how
will explain about my father. You're absolutely right. He was convicted of mail fraud and tax evasion.
Conspiracy to commit tax evasion.
Sure. And he went to jail for 3.5 years, and he did his time, and that's the end of the fucking story. What is the fucking point? I was 12 years old when he was put in jail. No, hold on. I was 12 years old when he was put in jail. Are you trying to insinuate that I was like his business partner in these shady dealings as a fucking
I'm
12-year-old?
insinuating that you are
I was a
scammer.
10-year-old at the time.
You
so.
are a well-known scammer. You have tons of atheists.
Do you have evidence
No,
of
I am
that,
not
sir?
a well-known scammer.
You have evidence,
You have
Brissette. Concrete
You have
evidence.
spun me into a scammer. I have addressed all of those allegations several fucking times to you. Now, you don't want to accept what I've
When
said,
did you
that's
actually
fine.
deal with the diploma mills?
I never dealt... What
You
are you
never.
talking about? That was my father. My father did that.
Never.
So why are you on the internet doing exactly the same thing your father pulled on people?
I'm selling
telling
fake
people,
diplomas on the internet.
offering
That's
a
news to
bullshit
me.
Product that does not exist.
Okay, but here's
not
the thing, too.
productive. You rip
Here's the
people
thing.
off.
Hold on. No.
Oh my God,
That is a
that's
lie.
false.
We've
False.
demonstrated that to be a fucking lie.
False.
Hold
You can
on.
sit there and blab all you like, but you make enough
No,
It's
money.
not
can sit there
blabbing,
and
sir. It's not blabbing.
What are you talking about, blab?
We're responding to what you're saying. Do you not want to respond? Do you want an echo chamber?
Like father, like son.
Like father,
You're
like son.
That, well, of course,
it.
a retarded
You're
theist
a
would believe
scammer.
that.
So,
You
Hey,
make
Brett.
so much money off your Patreon and all your monetization.
So, would you say
Oh my God.
everything? So everything bad that your
Sorry, it was
father
a failed
did, you're
business.
responsible
I
for.
just couldn't keep it going.
Hey,
Sorry,
Brett.
guys.
Can I say something?
Yes, go
Yeah,
ahead.
jump
Brett,
in.
you just said something. Hold on.
Fucking charlatan.
Again, scammers.
All right, listen.
Evidence, please.
Listen, Brett.
Assertions do
Oh,
not
Brett's
matter.
leaving. Brett's leaving. Okay, that's fine. That's good because I don't want to hear him bloviate anymore. Yeah, that's fine. Go take a shit, Brett. Go dunk your fucking head in the toilet and flush it till you pass out, you piece of fucking garbage. Anyway, what I was going to say is Brett said something very interesting, and I want everybody to remember that. Like father, like son. Do you remember him saying that?
Yes, oh, of course.
If that's true, then Brett's a fucking deadbeat. Because he made a video about his dad leaving when he was 5 years old and how his dad wasn't involved in his fucking family and how his dad didn't take care of him, never paid any of his fucking child support. So if that's true, Brett, you're a deadbeat.
It's
You're
true,
a
according to him.
deadbeat piece of shit.
Oh my goodness.
And yet again, it's like the quest for evidence. You know, you can make any. Brett Keane can make whatever assertions he likes. I'm just waiting for the evidence. Just show me the evidence. Show me the concrete evidence this was a scam. And if it is a scam and he can prove it, why did he not take it to the authorities? Why did he not take it to the FBI and say, these guys on the internet are scamming? I can prove it in court. Why wouldn't he do it?
Because he's a bullshit artist. It's his job to cast aspersions on people to hope to detract attention from all the scams that he has perpetrated. If there's anybody in this room that's guilty of scamming people, it's Brett Keane. Period. He hucked his shitty books that when he comes back from the shithole, I'm going to make him admit that he knew were shitty. He hucked them to people and made false reviews on them to try and trump up sales on what he knew was a piece of shit. And you'll hear him admit it.
All right.
Sorry, I'm calmed down.
You know, it's kind of like hard to even do this Brett Keane shit when Brett Keane has to make, I don't know, what is this, his sixth or
I know,
seventh?
seriously. Or is he
going
emptying
away,
his colostomy bag or something? Like, what? Is there some medical problem going on that we don't know about here? Some medical situation?
Enema time, what's going on?
I was just joking about the crying thing, but I'm starting to think maybe it's true.
I don't know. I really just don't know. I mean, maybe it's he has to fucking piss a lot. Who knows?
By the way, I would like to say something, guys, that has nothing to do with Brett Keane. Can I say something?
Go ahead.
We have, on my screen, 3,273 people watching right now, and only 100,
yeah.
only 152 upvotes.
What?
Fuck you people.
How fucking guys, please.
Thumbs up.
This is a good show.
Thumbs up.
I don't care who you are. This is a good show. Thumbs this bitch up.
Thumbs up, motherfuckers.
I want this to set a fucking record.
All right, I am back.
Okay.
All right, Brett, I have a question for you before we move on. Just one quick question.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. We were talking about your books earlier. You said you knew your books were shit, right?
Right.
You knew you weren't good at writing. You knew that they were filled with like third grade grammar mistakes.
Right.
They were complete and utter. Hold on, Brett. Hold on. Just let me finish. You knew that they were complete and total garbage. You would not recommend anybody buy that, right?
I did in my videos suggest that
You
people
sure did.
I did suggest it.
You sure did, you lying, huckster, scamming piece of shit.
It's not a scam. I sat there and said
That's a scam. That's the definition of a scam. That's a confidence scam.
You're not going to shut up for a moment, are you? I told people that I didn't think that my books were any good. I said that in my videos.
So why would you sell them?
Not until recently you've gotten called out for all your fake comments.
You've ever heard of an artist or a musician who criticizes their own work before? And other people say you should put it out there, you should do something because they think it's good, but you don't feel like it's
Most
as great.
of them don't load their books up with fake reviews in order to sell more.
Yeah.
And pimp them constantly. And
that's your accusation, and we all know that you're a professional scammer.
We're hurling around
So
accusations here, apparently.
A guy who scams people seriously.
Yeah,
And
how can they take me seriously?
Who is friends with a racist who sits there and says he's going to rape people.
There it is.
God. Do you,
This is
Brett,
classic guilt by association.
Hold on, Brett. Do you
Don't have a
honestly think that
meltdown now.
anyone is buying
Relax.
this bullshit? Do you honestly think that anyone is buying this clumsy
Actually,
attempt
everyone
to
is
spin the
convinced.
situation?
We're scammers.
No one is
don't
buying
think
this.
it's
Why are you fucking bothering? No one is eating up this horse shit that you're trying to shove down their fucking throats.
Well, what do you think about the thousands of people who lost all their damn lives and their future because of what your dad did? Obviously, they'd be hurt by that, wouldn't they?
Which has nothing to do with us.
What does that have to do with me? That was my father. I was a child. I had no idea what he was doing or what was going on.
You knew what you were doing whenever you took the money for yourself, even your best friend.
Oh, you just shut up. That sounds ridiculous.
You are fucking
We were
absurd.
children. We were
what I
children.
thought.
Okay,
You were
okay.
a child on the websites when you scam people.
We've
for all
already
the-
That's
addressed
not
the
a
website.
fucking
We've
scam,
already
you
gone
fucking
over
idiot.
that.
Brett, do you have any evidence to what you're saying? Can you? If do you have any concrete evidence to prove it's a scam? Do you have it? What's funny about that? It's a
That's
straight
so
question.
funny, all of you together.
Do you
can't-
have any evidence? Do you have any evidence? Do you have any evidence?
Why don't you throw 5 more atheists?
Do you have any
on
evidence?
so do this with
Do you
Hey,
have
Brett.
any evidence,
Hey,
sir?
Brett, hold on
You
one
can
second,
deflect.
guys.
You
I
can
wanna,
you have no evidence.
Huh? What'd
he
you say?
doesn't. He doesn't, of course. He doesn't.
We don't have
but
evidence of the diploma mills out there. It's all over the place.
the
No, you
diploma
said the
mills.
website, sir.
Why you're trying
Hey,
to connect
Brett,
these two
we don't
totally
have
unrelated
videos
things
all
as though
over
they're
You said the
one
website.
thing.
So I was involved as a child in a diploma mill. Are you saying you have evidence I was involved? I was materially involved in that.
Why did you run from
convicted?
straight dope? At least I went into his room and talked to him. Why did
You got fucked too, by the way. He fucked your ass raw.
Changing the subjects.
The balls to go in there, but not you.
Brett,
Why?
this is the Drunken Peasants
Oh,
podcast.
it's about. I had the sand. You ain't got
asked-
the sand.
Brett,
Give me
you-
a break.
Brett,
Listen, you guys, why don't you try straight dope on yourself?
Brett, you asked to come on the Drunken Peasants podcast. That is what this show is.
Yeah, don't fucking whine about
This
it.
show is not Brett versus TJ one-on-one. I don't even want to be doing this shit with you. I'm doing this shit strictly for the entertainment value, strictly for
Yes.
the views.
Guys,
That is
can
the
I
only reason
explain
I
something?
care
Guys that
at
crack
all about
jokes
this.
about racism and rape towards
Okay,
feminists.
okay,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
easy to call my child names. What do you expect a human being's
You
gonna
are the
do
one who
when
called
you're
your child a
doing?
name, you preposterous
I did not
piece of shit.
call my
Yes,
child.
you did.
You did it.
You wrote that email, and you know goddamn well in your heart that you wrote that fucking email. You called your own daughter a water-headed idiot. Live with it, you
no,
piece
I
of shit. Yes, it is true.
I never called my child.
Yes, you
We
did.
believe it. We believe you did.
You
All
were
right,
trying.
all right.
Yeah.
You can believe whatever you want.
Guys,
Well, thank you. I don't need your permission, but I'm certainly
You're
going to do
allowed.
that.
You're allowed to make claims without evidence. I'm allowed to make claims without evidence.
Okay, so you admit that you have no evidence for your claims.
Yes, I admit. Well, no, I actually do have
All
a bit
right.
of evidence. I have the evidence of the
Very
fact
good,
that
very
Fake
good. Thank you very
Sagan,
much.
Fake Sagan you made a video saying that Fake Sagan had sent you an email where he called your kid a water-headed idiot. Fake Sagan countered, Brett, I did not send you that email. You sent it to yourself.
I received an email from someone who said that. Daily, I get people who sit there and leave calls to me insulting the hell out of my daughter and everything else. Anybody that's rational and logical out there can see the comments I get, hear the recordings of people. His own friend, Paul's ego, called up and said,
Why do you get so much hate, Brett? Brett, why do you get so much hate? Why do you get so much hate?
It's totally unnecessary.
Everyone just irrationally hates you.
There's a massive conspiracy of hate, TJ.
Why is
Clearly.
it that people? Why is it that you get so much hate, Brett? Is it just through no fault of your own? You're just an innocent victim. You play no part in that exactly.
There's
Is
a
that
lot
what you're
of
saying?
people on the internet
Is that what
that
you
do a
know?
lot
Are
of
you
hate.
saying that you're blameless and innocent? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
A lot of people on the internet get criticisms. Do you think that I really deserve to have Paul Zigo's friend call me up and say he wants to kill my daughter?
Yeah, I
What
honestly do
does my
think
daughter
that you
have to do with
deserve pretty much anything bad that has ever been said about you.
it? You think I deserve to have my daughter threatened? A child?
Your daughter, was it a legitimate threat to your daughter? Do you honestly believe that someone was going to harm your daughter?
If somebody legitimately called you up and threatened your daughter's life, you should be on the phone with the cops right now.
I did. I called the cops.
Good. So then that's taken care of. You put your fucking phone number. Brett, listen, you put your phone number on the internet, you retard. What do you think was going to happen?
Is that the atheist rationality that if someone's got their phone number out
Paul Zigo, representative of all atheism.
Brett, you know damn well, you were an atheist for years, you know damn well that people send death threats regardless of what you believe. You know that you got death threats as an atheist.
I get a death threat a week, and I don't even make videos on YouTube once a year.
Why are you so hated, Paul?
I don't know,
You get death threats all the time.
Well, that's the situation, individual.
Yeah, but here's the problem. Here's the problem with that logic, Brett. Paul is pretty popular. He's not as popular as me, of course. I'm the most
Paul
popular.
is definitely well liked. Look at every metrics and look at his videos.
It makes sense. It makes sense for people. It makes sense for people to attack someone who's popular. Why would they attack poor little Brett Keane, who's getting 33 views a video?
I want to rewind real quick and hit a point, and then I will shut up and let you guys go on. Right, Brett? You brought up TJ and Scotty's dad's diploma mills, right?
Yes.
And you claim that is that the sins of the father, right?
No.
Transferred to the son because his dad is guilty. Hold on, listen, Brett. Let me finish what I'm saying. Because his dad did something illegal, that must mean TJ does it too, right?
TJ has done it. He's
Okay. So let me ask you a question, Brett. That's all I need you to say. Let me ask you a question. Here's the question. Are you a fucking deadbeat, Brett?
Am I a deadbeat? No.
Yep. You're not. Because your dad was a deadbeat. Well,
and?
Well,
that's my point. Exactly. And what, Brett? Are you really that fucking stupid?
That's my point, you fucking retard. Just because your dad was a deadbeat doesn't mean you don't take care of your kids. Just because TJ's dad did something illegal once doesn't mean TJ has.
But TJ did scam
casting fucking.
No, he didn't.
Oh my God.
You did. You ripped people off from the website.
No, I did not. And we already have discussed that.
Yes.
We dedicated about 10 or 15 minutes to that earlier, and you're really going to still harp on it as though it wasn't addressed. No, I did not give money to people back. I've already explained why no money was given back. I've already explained that to you. I'm not going to answer the same questions I've already fucking answered, especially when I know the answers are just going whoosh right over your fucking head. Actually, that's bullshit.
I don't like the idea
hold
of
on.
all these people
Hold on. Shut the fuck up, Brett. Brett, you fucking throw this shit out there all the time. 1,000,001 fucking accusations. Oh, you did this, you did that, you did this, you did that.
But you did.
Every time they've been addressed, we've addressed them. You even acted to my face like you accepted what I was saying and then went back on it afterwards. You have no fucking code of honor whatsoever. You are a fucking liar. You've played about 1,000,000 clips out of context in your little 150,000 part Amazing Atheist expose series, which is a fucking joke. It's such a fucking joke that I have no problem with anyone watching it, because anyone who's watching it would see that it's a fucking joke.
What's a joke is that you were able to manipulate so many people on the internet.
Are you jealous, Brett? Is that the fucking case here?
I'm not jealous. I think these people should get their money back.
All of the shit that you have done, all the
I
money
think all
you've
the
raised
people
under
that got
false
ripped off from
pretenses.
diploma mills should get their money too.
Neither did TJ.
Yeah.
What does that have to fucking do with me?
It has to do with father like son.
Yeah,
deadbeat.
Deadbeat piece of shit,
bitch.
And you deadbeat, hey, Brett, you deadbeat piece of shit that doesn't pay child support and leaves
Like
his kid at 5
father-like
years
son.
old. Like father like son, you scum pig. Fuck.
What are you talking
What
about?
are you talking about? I'm talking about the video that you made on your channel where you talked about how daddy didn't love you and how he left you when you were little and never took part in your life and never called you and never paid your mom a dime.
Right, so?
So like father like son, scum fuck.
My father wasn't the scammer who ripped off people for millions.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't. He was.
That's true. He was a deadbeat.
Your dad was just a fucking deadbeat piece of shit.
Yeah, but he
a worthless child support dodging, child neglecting piece of fucking garbage.
Right.
So
yeah, at least my dad gave a fuck about me, Brett. At least my dad gave a fuck.
And yeah, I mean.
Did you receive all the money from him whenever he passed?
No, I didn't receive any money from him. The FBI seized his assets, you moron. He was caught. He was caught. He was caught. He served his fucking time. I mean, are you really going to sit here, the guy who's constantly bitching about his family being attacked, and attack my dead father for crimes that he already paid for and try to put them on my feet as though I, as a child at the time, am somehow responsible for what he did?
You're totally culpable.
I mean, that is fucking ridiculous. You're an absurd person,
I understand
Brett.
that you guys
Do you
can't
understand
see
how
the
absurd that is? No, shut the fuck up. Do you understand how absurd you are? Yes or yes?
You ask me to answer your question, and then you say, no, shut the fuck up.
No, I really don't care about your answer to the question. I'm not, it was practically a rhetorical question. I really don't give a fuck what you have to say, because all that comes out of your mouth is lies. All you do is lie. You lie like you fucking breathe. He did. I don't deny it, you stupid fuck.
You don't deny you ripped people off?
1 second here.
I don't deny my father ripped people off. Really? Are you going to try to change it up like that?
$20,000 for a website? Get out of town. Come on.
Hey, Brett, watch the Drunken Peasants episode where we talk to Undertaker Freak number, and he goes through all the accusations about what happened with Not Productive, and me and Scotty sit there and lay out the case for why it failed.
I'm incredulous, so I know it didn't happen.
Incredulity is not an argument, Brett.
It's a
Why do
logical
I
fallacy.
care? I am a totally different person than this Undertaker guy that you're talking about.
It doesn't matter. He was making the same arguments that you are, and I've already addressed them. I've already addressed so many of the points.
Well, too bad.
Brett, there is not a
bad.
single thing that you've ever said against me that I have not already addressed.
You address it with, too bad, too sad, I couldn't make a website, so I'm keeping your money. So what? And you think I'm
keeping your money? We did not keep their money. It was spent on the development of the website. Can you prove otherwise? Can you, sir?
I got a video on
Can you fucking prove your allegations? The answer is no. You can't prove it. Okay, you dodge it, dude. You continuously dodge this. Can you Okay, you talk about manning up. Why do you fucking dodge simple things that are stated to you? Why do you dodge it? Why do you dodge it? Where is your evidence? Where is your evidence?
Listen,
where is
guys.
your evidence?
Guys, let me just say one thing. Brett Keane is as a Brett Keane historian, I just want to make a comment, and then you guys can continue. Brett Keane winning right now is a well-known Brett Keane tactic. It's a double tactic. It's a two-pronged defense. What he does is, number one, he bull baits you. So he's trying to get you to kick him so he can claim you rage quit. That's what's happening right now. And number two, when you ask him a question, he pretends he doesn't understand what you're talking about and goes off on a tangent. This is the Brett Keane animal's natural defense system. Kind of like the porcupine, how the porcupine rolls up into or the hedgehog. You know how the hedgehog rolls up into a ball when it gets attacked? Brett Keane starts lying, crying about things that people have said to him, bull baiting, and pretending he doesn't understand shit. So please carry on. You'll see it. You'll see it all throughout this video. You'll hear it. You'll see it.
Be right back.
Oh, okay, Brett.
Oh my goodness.
A little bit. Don't cry.
Go dunk your fucking head in the toilet, you
we'll cry
retard.
tears of joy.
Be right back.
Oh my god.
Yeah, put your face in that toilet
Why
first.
why so many breaks here? You know, we're doing a fucking live show. I know you do hangouts. Do you leave
He does them for 8 hours.
Do you leave every 6 minutes of your hangout as well, or is that just something you're doing for us?
Brett. Oh my God, Brett. But how do you not love Brett, though? Let's be honest. I know you guys are mad at him, and you have every right to be. He's been a complete piece of shit. But beneath all that, he's incorrigible. You know, he's such a rogue.
He's entertaining in a way.
He's such a scoundrel.
Thumbs up for best show ever. Best show ever.
Certainly the show that's going to define the Brett Keane saga moving forward.
Yeah.
Hopefully the Brett Keane saga will not be moving forward.
Yeah, I agree.
At least not for a while. Let's give him a break.
Yeah, I'm with that too. I'm with that for sure.
Because I don't think you can get much more epic of a conclusion than this, really.
No, this is a fuck owning. This is a public pillory. I've never seen a tar and feathering in person. This is a tar and feathering of a human being live on the internet.
Feathering.
This is this is colonial justice.
Oh my God. I'm glad I get to participate in such an event.
I was there. Remember that time Brett Keane went on the Drunken Peasants and made a fucking dumbass of himself in front of thousands and thousands of people? I was there, man. I smoked a fat joint and I watched that shit and I typed LOL like 2,800 times in the chat. I was there.
Got a weed situation?
Yeah.
Brett Keane has to take a dump situation.
I don't know if he's coming back.
If he doesn't, fucking GG, no re. It's game over, Brett. Piece of shit.
I think maybe he ordered Back to the Future, so he's watching the marathon. He's like, shit, I gotta get back.
Dun 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 dun.
Because that's like all over the internet today. It's like Back to the Future.
Yeah.
We all now suddenly really love and care about this.
Even Ted Cruz. Yeah, like I love Back to the Future, but I've not participated in this day at all because I'm like, fuck you, you know? If you like the movie, then like it other times. It doesn't need a day set aside for it.
I liked the movie before it was cool.
I
really liked the movie.
I always thought they should remake it with Bryan Cranston as Doc Brown.
You know, they did film a little bit of the movie with a different
leading
Marty,
guy.
Yeah, that's true. Crazy shit. I think they actually shot like almost half of it with someone else before they decided, you know, he's not right for the role.
Somebody did make a pretty interesting point today, and I reblogged it on Tumblr. After today will be the first time ever and forevermore Back to the Future 2 will take place 100% in the past.
Yep.
That's true.
The entire Back to the Future.
Oh,
trilogy
snap.
Will be 100% in the past. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of sad in a way.
It is. It is.
The future is now the past, TJ.
I was hoping to have big cybernetic bullies to chase me around out of soda fountain shops, you know, manned by Michael Jackson robots.
Yeah, like moon bases and shit, you know, and Jaws 19.
Should bring baby.
Hee hee, want a malt?
Oh my God.
I'm back.
Okay,
all right,
you're back.
All right, Brett. So are you back from your basking?
All right, Brett, I wanted to ask you a question.
Whatever it was you had to do.
My bask,
You know, there's something. Hold on, Brett. There's something that really we have not got to discuss. We never got to discuss. This is the entire reason I wanted to talk to you both times, all 3 times now that you've been on the show. And I've never really gotten to talk about it with you, so I want to talk about it now, if that's okay. Do I have your permission to move on with this, Brett?
Yes, we can talk about other subjects. I still wonder why we couldn't do this one-on-one, though.
Because that's not the nature of the show. But, Brett, what I really want to know is, you're a Christian now, right? You're not doing the God believer thing now. Now you are calling yourself a Christian, right?
I am a Christian. I'm a work in progress.
Okay, you're a work in progress. That's fine. My question is, you now make arguments that you yourself, as an atheist, refuted. How does that work exactly? I find it difficult to believe that you just forgot all of the reasoning that went into all of your atheistic arguments. I don't buy that you suddenly just changed on all of these issues all at once, so suddenly, so drastically.
And as an addendum to that question that you can also talk about, Brett, what happened when you converted? What happened with your wife? Because your wife was an atheist. She used to make videos about atheism and appear in your videos quite frequently, where you were talking about atheism and anti-theism and all this. And then hold on. When you converted to Christianity, did she just do it as a default? Was she like, okay, well, my husband's a Christian situation now, so looks like I am too? Go ahead.
Good question.
Well, my wife actually, before me, ended up, she was like an agnostic, not so much completely atheist. Agnostic, more like it. But I would say probably a few months before I was able to come to the conclusion that I did, she had already pretty much come to it. Her family, a lot of them are heavily religious, and I've got family members also that are heavily religious.
Okay. That didn't explain anything, but
well, you wanted to know. Did she change her views? Yes.
Well, I want to know more. I more want to know. I more want you to address like, how can you now espouse arguments that you yourself refuted in the past, that you yourself have actually defeated in the past?
Well, give me an example.
You used to act as though evolution was just common sense. Now you admonish it as false. Obviously, you made arguments against Christianity in general as an atheist YouTube vlogger. You constantly made videos with titles about how God was immoral and the church is evil. And in fact, you used to call church pastors and argue with them, their theology. Now, I'm not saying that you can't go from a staunch atheist to a Christian, because of course that is possible. It has happened before. But what's curious is just how you went from I'm the hardcore atheist to, well, now I'm a Christian. You know, didn't you have any difficulty overcoming your own internal arguments that you had presented in the past as good and sound arguments?
I've admitted in my videos there are still subjects and topics I have a difficulty with. Like I said, I'm a work in progress. There are some things still biblically and on a theological level that I have a tough time with. But most of my arguments in the past, and if you actually did watch and keep up with it, you know that some of them were they were referred to as emotional arguments, kind of like what Christopher Hitchens did whenever he was in debates. You know, why does God allow evil? Why is this happening? This kind of thing, and go on through that.
So do you feel like you now have satisfactory answers to those questions?
Yes. On a lot of questions I have, sure, but there's still things that I sit there and I question and I think about quite a bit. And I think a lot of people who are believers out there, including non-believers, think about stuff from this.
So, but like, what is your theology exactly? What do you believe? Because I don't really understand much about the belief system of Brett Keane, since you mostly just make drama and attack videos, and you really don't discuss ideas very much. What I really want to hear is some of your ideas as a Christian. What are your religious ideas? Not just attacking atheists, not just personal attacks against me or someone else. What do you actually stand for? What do you actually believe in?
Okay, well, I could tell you about what it is I believe as well as what I don't believe. I'm not a young Earth creationist. I believe that the Earth is many, many years old, 4.5 billion years old, and I believe the universe is what science states it to be. I also believe in the Big Bang Theory. I have had issues even whenever I was a non-believer with evolution. I did videos supporting it, but like most people, it's what I was taught whenever I was a child, so I simply went with it. And I appealed to the authority of scientists, Richard Dawkins, and all that kind of stuff. But I notice whenever I'm in Google Hangouts or whatever and I'm discussing with non-believers in there about it, there's a lot of things that I feel need answers for it.
Like what?
Well, I'll give you an example. One of the things that we talk about is they actually are stating that human lineage evolved from a rat-like creature into the primate. I can get you a link with Time and Science Daily on this.
That's
and
fine.
I don't see any
I've seen that. I've seen that on different nature programs and such. So I believe you on that one.
Right. My other issue also besides.
Well, wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Why was that an issue?
Because I don't see any kind of transitional fossils between the rat-like creature to the primate.
Well, they exist.
I have asked people.
Why haven't you seen them? All you have to do is go look at them.
You can type in the rat-like creature of the lineage, and it's got like some big 25-cent name on it. I can get you the page if you want to see it. But the problem is, do you notice when you go to these sites, a lot of it is either CGI, animations, and things like this.
Because they're extinct. They're extinct animals.
Right.
They create molds of them, representations of them.
You don't consider a pixel show or CGI as some kind of evidence at all, do you?
But they're not using.
That's not solely the evidence being presented.
Those pictures you're talking about, those are created to help the general public understand.
Yes.
Scientists are not looking at those pictures as this is the evidence.
Hey guys, were you watching
DNA and fossils and other records?
Were you watching?
You agree, though?
Hey guys, hold on, Brett. Hold on. Hey guys, last night were you watching the History of Man on History 2 channel? They have these really awesome animations of Neanderthals. I think we should change our research. What do you guys think?
Yes, right away. Yes.
You don't believe every single thing that you hear about this. Like, for instance, the primordial soup theory. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, I don't know if that's a formal theory, but I know what you're talking about.
This was debunked 5 years ago, and there's still non-believers today who are making videos stating that.
How is it? How is it? Describe what you believe this theory to be, and also describe how it was debunked for us.
Well, I'll give you a link here so you can see it on Science Daily. I mean, I could sit here and tell you it's been debunked, but unless you see some kind of information on it, obviously you're not going to believe
but that's not really how science works. Some scientists doesn't sit and say, "I'm going to go debunk this." They're going to say, "I'm going to see if I can replicate this." If they're doing experiments, it's not, let's go debunk this. That's not how most scientists approach problems like that. This is the time to debunk. This is, let's search for the evidence, and let's look at the evidence and see what we conclude from these observations and other testing. And, you know, it's a long process.
Right.
We're gonna go. Hold on.
We
have a patron that wants to come in. This is people that pay to be on the show. Let's bring him in on this call. See if he has anything he wants to say, or maybe
Can you tell us how he's being scammed by us?
You want to hear my opinion?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah.
You, Butt King.
Butt King.
You can eat a dick and die in fucking hell, you worthless sack of fucking shit.
Hey, Luis.
Yes, Paul?
You were there, man.
Hey, Brett, we got more people getting up on you now.
We were there.
We were there,
I hope we got
Paul.
you $20 for it there, guy.
Oh, you don't even have any idea, Brett. You know what the funny thing is, Brett? I watched an American propaganda about the Soviet Union, and you talk very much like they did. The Soviets were basically the big bullies, or like picking on all the little countries, and America was the big brother that came in and saved the day because the Soviets are such bad people. And that's basically how you painted TJ and the Drunken Peasants. You're the big brother that protects the little guy, and they're the bullies that push them over, when in reality you're the one pushing them over, and the Drunken Peasants just laugh at you as you try and paint them as the ones that are doing it.
Oh my goodness, they're professional victims. Oh.
No, that's
no! Don't attack my family!
Yeah.
Not my family!
Come on, we were having a good time.
That's my family! You scoundrels!
We were having a good time.
Brett, let me ask you a question about your family, actually.
Yeah, you attacked TJ's family.
Right, you did attack my family, but that's not even the nature of the question.
Yeah, who cares?
Now,
The question,
I want you
the
to
nature of the
notice
question
something.
is,
I want
look,
you to notice
we've...
something. I
hold
brought
on,
it
hold
up.
on.
I brought it up, but I did
no,
not
hold on.
insult your father. Go ahead.
Yes, you did. But
of course you did.
That's fine. Whatever. It's all fair game. That's fine. But you constantly talk about people attacking your family. You claim it even when it's not happening. Like, I'll give you an example. We did a show where we were making fun of you for always saying that, and we fucking sat here and said, fuck Brett Keane's family, they're a bunch of shitheads, we don't like them. You know, we did it because we were basically conforming to your expectation. It was obviously in satire, it was obviously in parody. Probably a few days later, you made a video saying that in that video, we attacked your family. I mean, how ridiculous. How ridiculous, Brett. Why?
You had
do you
a whole
honestly
lot of
just
people.
do you honestly just expect people to not go check the source? I guess that's what you rely on. People who are just ignorant of everything.
Everybody just heard in this broadcast, you guys brought up my daughter, you brought up my wife. We even sat there and watched a cartoon about me before the diploma mills was even brought up. You guys just did it.
That's attacking your family, showing you a video that someone else made. Now you
child
can
a
say we attacked your family.
You're calling
So
bringing up a cartoon of the wife.
A water-headed idiot that was attacking your family.
Okay, so here we go. We got another guy in here.
Yeah.
Now you're a Patreon, so you know you got to do your thing. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I sucked TJ's cock for 3 hours straight, and now he's honored me with the presence of
Hey,
coming
if that's
on.
your fantasy, don't tell me about it.
Oh no, it's not a fantasy. It's a reality.
Hold on, Brett.
reality.
Hold on. I've heard you make videos where you talk about TJ's dick.
Yeah.
Hold on, Brett. Did you look at the pictures of TJ's dick? Because you made a video talking about it like you spent some time.
Yeah, you definitely reference my dick a lot, Brett.
You're studying
You
things.
seem like you're kind of obsessed with my dick.
I'm not trying to be cold-blooded here, TJ, but there wasn't really much to talk about.
Well, yet you talked about it constantly.
That is, you got him.
I'm sorry, had to. You left.
No, it's fine. But you talk about it constantly, so apparently it is something to talk about because you constantly
everybody
reference
on
it.
the planet, I think, at this point has seen it.
How big is your dick? How big is your dick, Brett?
We're not pulling my stuff out of here.
I didn't say you had to pull it out. I'm just asking, how big is it?
Sorry, I know you wanted my shirt off, but you're not getting the shirt.
When it's hard, when your dick is hard, how long is it? I
Yeah,
just want to know.
when you get good and boned up, what's it? Give us a rough length and circumference.
Now, guys, you know I'm a God believer. I'm not gonna sit here and get into that.
But you talk about my dick all the time, so how is it? But it's sacrilege.
believes your dick
exists. If you're such a God believer, stop talking about my dick all the time, you fucking
put it out
weirdo.
there for people to see.
Just like you put your number out there for people to see, so don't complain when people call you.
Phone number and one's penis
by the way,
with a banana
those
hanging
videos,
out.
those videos leaked. Okay, I didn't like release them on my channel. Like, hey guys, here's some sex videos with me, because I know everyone wants to see
you actually put
that.
your number on the
Aren't
internet.
you afraid you're going to harm yourself pouring that hot stuff all over yourself?
Obviously, he doesn't because he does it.
No, he wants to harm himself.
Yeah, that's the point.
What do you hurt yourself like that for?
That's the fucking
Because he doesn't have Jesus in his heart.
Brett.
I don't know, Brett, but whatever the reason is, it's why you're here.
I'll tell you what, if TJ would have put those videos out on purpose, he would have made some money off of them. He would have, like,
Yeah, for sure. I'd have sold them like on Blu-ray or something. Ugh.
So you're saying
Scotty.
that twice people did this to you? It just leaked out.
That's true.
Goodness.
Mighty suspicious, TJ.
Whether someone leaked it out or you leaked it out,
I didn't leak it out.
Brett Keane, Brett.
In the first place.
Spurious accusations.
Hey,
spurious accusations.
Hey, Brett. Can I ask you a question?
Accusations. It's all over the place.
That's not what it said.
Oh my
Hey-
God! Never mind.
Hey, Brett.
Jesus Christ.
Brett, sir. Can I ask you a question, sir?
You've been asking me all night. Go ahead.
Oh, that's true. That is true. You're pretty kinky too, aren't you?
How so?
Well, let's talk. You
Your
like kinky?
definition-
Hold on, Brett. Hold the fucking
Simmer
phone,
down,
Brett.
Brett. Simmer down.
Simmer down. You had your time. You
All right,
had your
let's hear it.
time. Just let me see. You're into kinky sex, aren't you, Brett? You like anal. I know that.
No, I don't.
You don't.
Sodomy.
Okay.
Brett's into sodomy.
You like, but you're into some kink, aren't you, Brett? Because I've got a video that I could send to Ben right now where you talk about all kinds of kinky shit, Brett. All kinds. See, I was on your hangout one night, Brett, and I brought this up. This topic just organically kind of came up, and when I posted the video in the chat, you kicked me. Ever since then, you've kicked me. As soon as I come into your channel, I wonder why that is, Brett.
Because you brought the Jason guy in, he keeps saying
Oh,
life and calling everybody a nigger.
Evil
faggot.
Jason Voorhees.
evil
so
Jason.
he brings in Jason, so you ban Paul.
Jason Thomas, whatever the guy's actual name is, I don't know. He could be.
His
Jason,
name is
go fuck yourself,
Jason.
I guess.
Jason is a scoundrel.
All right. Well,
Oh,
hold
you
on.
young whippersnapper.
Unfortunately, the French vanilla is getting to me. I'll be right back.
Oh,
Did he drink
French-
a gallon of French
Be right
vanilla?
back. You guys had me on there for 2 hours. Give it a whole
Yeah, but you've left every fucking 10 minutes.
Time for another break.
I thought I pissed a lot.
Damn, yeah, Ben.
Yeah.
Why don't
no
we?
longer.
Well, you know, let's take a look at this Brett Keane kinky video that Paul says.
Oh,
he has.
let me find it for you. I'm sorry, I wasn't prepared. I didn't know if this was going to come up. So
Might have to close down the cams for this one.
sure. The video was called Church of Sexiology.
Sweet.
Sexology.
Sexiology by Brett Keane. That's all you have to Google.
Sexiology situation.
Church of Sexiology by Brett Keane. Now, it's long, and it's 2 videos mashed into one. Somebody has re-uploaded this. So there's the first part I think we can skip. The kinky stuff comes in the second half. So here we go. Church of Sexiology, Brett Keane. There it is. I'm putting it in the... Oops, sorry. It's playing on my end. Hold on one sec here. Oh man, this has been so much. Thank you for inviting me tonight, guys.
Yeah, no problem.
I've had such a good time.
We knew we had
tonight.
to have the Brett Keane historian on the show.
Well, I mean, it has. Oh man, it's been so much fun.
I
This is-
almost pissed my pants this show. This is the best night of my life. And I'm out of
Wow.
There's still time for you to actually piss your pants, you know.
So,
oh no, I already went to the bathroom. It's too late.
So Ben, let me find on that video where we need to skip to, because you see that it starts. It says "Merciful God." That's another video of Brett's. We want to skip that one, and we want to get to the Church of Sexyology video. So let me see if I can find where that happens. Give me 1 minute, and I'll give you a timestamp, okay?
I kind of feel like Brett never left, and he's
Here
just
we
sitting
go.
here.
Here we go. Not 521 or thereabouts. And be careful. I just heard there's some music. It may be copyrighted. You might want to skip ahead.
There's music for the intro?
There's music for this part of the video. I was just playing it. So just a heads up. I don't want to see you get flagged or anything.
All right, let's try this part.
Hello, everyone. My name is Brett. We're going to talk about sex.
Okay.
Oh my God, I feel creeped out just hearing.
Wouldn't you love Brett to talk about
the
sex?
screen here.
Well, I don't know if it's going to be me and you, but it's going to be somebody.
Might be Ben.
One of the interesting things about sex
Might be
is
TJ.
religion for a long time has tried to make it taboo.
Yeah.
Anything that humans seem to do naturally is considered sin and evil.
Oh.
But us atheists, we don't have a Bible, we don't have any kind of manual that tells us how to do it. We don't even have a book that tells us that missionary style is the right way to go. We kind of...
We're starting to get into Brett's preferences now, guys.
I want Brett to be here when we watch this. Where is he?
Oh, okay. Well, let's pause. Let's let him finish wiping his ass. And in fact, because he's gone, I need to fill up my water. I've got cotton mouth like a motherfucker, so I'm gonna be right back.
Why is that?
I've had it the whole
I don't
show.
know. I have
The
no
whole
idea,
damn
guys.
show I've had it.
I have no idea why I would have cotton mouth right now. I have no clue. It's just
Strange.
It's a wandering. It's a wandering.
Man.
It's a wandering case of dry mouth. You know, it happens.
Life's great unsolved mysteries.
I'll be right back.
So, Luis
Michael.
What's up, buddy?
Yes. Well, the ceiling is up, but you know.
Oh.
Deep.
Deep shit.
Real deep thinking.
And you know what's down? Do you know what's down?
Brett Keane.
Brett Keane.
What's down?
The floor.
Wow.
The ground. The ground is down.
the fucking
Throw
ground,
it on
man.
the ground.
Down in the ground.
I think Brett Keane has just left. He's like running. He's got in his car and he's like driving away from us.
Evolution is fiction.
No, he's
I
still
can't
there.
handle this anymore. Please save me.
He's.
No, I mean like I just think he physically left his entire house and drove away.
Paul was too much for
Got
me.
a hunger situation.
And is never going to return.
I like how he left
situation.
right before we started playing this video.
Does Brett have?
He's been doing that all night.
Yeah, I know. Every time the heat gets too hot, he
I
leaves.
hear a Brett Keane.
Hey, I'm back.
All right.
Welcome back.
A wild Brett Keane appeared.
Brett, do you have like irritable bowel syndrome or something?
About that, I remember it.
You have an irritable battle situation.
Yes, I used to be a non-believer. Everybody knows that, and I said some goofy stuff. Sure.
All right, let's take a look at the goofy stuff.
I don't even think this has anything to do with being a non-believer.
It maybe does a little.
I mean,
let's take a little listen.
Just go with it, you know. The woman says, hey, she wants the 69, or she wants to do doggy style, or
Hell
whatever
yeah.
the kind of cool
Hell yeah,
technique
Brett.
they have for a
Yeah,
position
Brett.
that they would
Right.
just do it. The sound of hot rods in the background. You notice that hot rods really get women hot? They don't know shit about a vehicle. They don't know nothing about what's under the hood.
Damn,
Well, at least some
sexism
of
too.
them.
Also misogynist.
Yeah, what
wow.
would Jenny McDermott say if she heard that?
Wow,
Well,
Brett.
That's pretty bad, but it's not as bad as someone saying that they'd beat up a rape victim and do all that.
Let's keep playing. Don't digress.
Character
Don't
assassination.
digress.
You're okay because I'm worse.
But as you can hear, we got a hot rod. Oh, I in the think it's background, terrible. just tearing it up, rocking and rolling and shit. And I just figured we'd sit here and talk about some stuff.
Yeah, let's talk.
Is sex everything, though? Is it?
I don't know,
sex
is it?
the way to go? Well, according to religion, it's funny because 1 minute tells you to bear fruit and multiply, and then the next minute it tells you that, hey, sex is bad, lusting is bad. How can a Christian man ever hook up with a Christian woman if he's not able to lust or have some kind of temptation?
I guess if they
There you
start
go.
off as atheists and then become Christians expediently later, then it works okay.
Is that the only way?
That's the only
Brett?
way it can happen.
Would you guys have an issue with bringing Nadia Chambers in, the atheist, since you brought a person?
Yes. You don't want Nadia Chambers in here. I'm just letting you guys know.
Martin, she's nice.
Yeah.
She's a nice person, but she's not going to add anything to this show, Brett, and you know it.
Oh no,
she's
no,
not.
she's gonna add so much.
So much to the show.
She's a very nice person, but she's not going to add anything to the show.
The show is 10 minutes from being over.
So
Yeah, we have. Are we going to do a story time with Paul tonight, guys?
Yeah, let's do it.
Can
Is
we
it a
do?
Brett Keane related story?
It is.
Oh.
Would you like?
Okay, hold on.
Brett, would you like to sit in on a story time with Paul with us, or do you have to go?
Listen to your story. Tell some
Thanks.
interesting ones. Go ahead.
Oh,
Well, it is. You know, it is what I do.
It is part of what.
That's a regular
we're
segment.
gonna be here for story time.
Oh, how nice!
Yeah,
now
we
you
have to.
behave yourself now.
All right, go ahead.
All right.
We have to-
I don't know if
play
we're
the
gonna play
intro.
the. Oh yeah, he's gonna.
Story time with Paul.
Special
Okay.
guest star Brett Keane.
So, about 2007, I was up late one night. As I was often in those days, I was working at Starbucks and was working the night shift for a while and was up late. So, I came home one night and like I did a lot of nights, and I sat down at my computer. And I'll admit something to you, Brett, just to show you that I'm a humble man and I'm not afraid to take some slings and arrows myself. I jerked off. I did it. Everybody does it. It was late. I was a stressful day at work. I relieved some tension. You know what I mean? And then I was like, well, I'm not tired yet in this situation, so I want to watch some YouTube. So I loaded up the old, and you remember the old school YouTube, right, Brett? How it looked?
Yeah. It was
Wasn't it so much better back then? Not to digress.
Better.
So much better, right? The rating system was better. The layout was better. The channel options were better, right?
I also love the way you could have your own background in your channels. It was great. It was just.
It was cool. It was cool. You're right.
Yeah,
So anyway,
yeah.
sorry, I got off topic there. So I was watching some YouTube situation, and I came upon a Brett Keane video that had just been uploaded. You must have been up late that night too, because you were all the way. So you might have been up really early, Brett. Let's put it that way. You're all the way on the other side of the world, or the states from me. And this story is the first story time with Paul that has a title, and the title of this story is, and I quote, "Erase My Innocence." Okay? Because that was the name of your video, Brett. That's the name of the video that came up when I popped onto YouTube that night. And I hit play on that video, and it was you with some music, some bad techno music playing. And you were sitting there looking very forlorn at the camera. And there were words overlaid over your head. Words of a poem, Brett. Words of a poem that you titled "Erasing My Innocence" by Brett Keane. That was the title of this video. Okay? I watched it all the way through. I thought, not my thing. I'm not really into poetry, and I went to bed. I woke up the next day, and I saw another video, this time from an atheist named Judalicious. Now, I just happened to catch this perfectly. She uploaded a video putting your video side by side with a poem by a woman called Judy Burnett. I know you know that name, Brett, of course. And this poem was called Dad. And it went side by side. And what you had done, Brett, is you had done what every plagiarist does. Because no man, I think it was Abraham Lincoln, was it, guys, that said no man has a good enough memory to be a successful liar? Was that?
It might have been Mark Twain, but yeah. It
might have been Mark Twain, yeah.
Yeah.
One of those old white dudes, right?
Yeah.
No man has a good enough memory to be a successful plagiarist. And there's one thing that serial plagiarists like yourself, Brett, can't resist, and that's changing things around a little bit in the source material to make it your own. So you changed a word here and there. You removed any reference to Dad, even though the video was called, or the poem by Judy Burnett is called Dad. You removed any reference to Dad in the poem. You added in a couple of lines here for Brett Keane flourish, and you uploaded wholesale somebody else's work and claimed it was your own. And it was at that point that your entire fucking channel unraveled. You started dock dropping left and right, accusing people of calling you a pedophile or some weird shit, and you were gone within a week. That's how it happened. And there were hundreds of people that remember it exactly that way. I've talked to them. So that's story time with Paul. It's called Erasing My Innocence by Brett Keane. And the reason I told that story tonight, it's not as funny as some of my other stories, but I think tonight, on this momentous occasion, and I want to remind everybody that we were there when this happened.
We were there, man.
Tonight, I thought that it was only appropriate that I tell a story about a man who has come in here and accused people of scamming, accused people of stealing money, accused people of robbing, misrepresenting themselves, calling people names, attacking people's families. And the only person in this room that has ever perpetrated is Brett Keane. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Zigo. Thank you for having me tonight. I will see you all on Friday. Unless Brett wants to do
a Brett Keane story?
Unless Brett Keane, yeah, well, I'll stick around
hold
for your
on.
story.
As a transition between the Paul story and the Brett Keane story, I would like to, I was inspired by Paul's talk of poetry, and I would like to...
Let's have Brett read a Craigslist ad.
Read an original poem that I wrote. It's called The Raven.
Nice.
While I
Okay,
pondered, weak and weary... Wait. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, there I nodded, nearly napping. Suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber. I wrote this. This is me.
Nice, dude. This is fucking great.
That's a work in progress, but it's going to be great when it's done.
That is
There's going to be this
fucking
whole
amazing.
play on the word
Though.
nevermore. You know, it's going to be
Well,
great.
you know why I think it sounds familiar, Luis?
Why? Why?
Because it's got that ring, that timeless ring to it, that timeless a cadence that just sounds like you've heard it before, but it just that's brilliant. Brett, you've been served. That's 10 times better than Erasing My Innocence.
I promised some people out there that I would suggest something to you, TJ. There's been a lot of people from the Drunken Peasants fan base that have been coming into the Google Hangouts asking if I knew of any way to be able to suggest to you. You know, obviously you hear I'm on the show that they wanted to come on themselves. There's a guy called Nick Hartman who apparently likes what you do. He wants to get on. There's a young man by the name of James who says that he plans on being a physicist and he wants to be on your show. There's quite a few of them. If you look through the Google Hangouts...
Well, anyone who wants to be on the show should write me on my personal Facebook or write Ben on the Drunken Peasants Facebook, or maybe even do both, because, you know, you have a chance of doing that, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we'll at least take a look.
Yeah, I mean, we'll at least give it its due consideration, but, you know, we don't just bring random people on the show, generally.
No.
Unless they want to be patrons.
And usually if it's like, you know, 20 paragraphs, I'm probably not going to read that. If it's just like
Let me give you my life story.
Yeah, basically. So,
Luis has been a good patron.
Yeah.
Luis, for #1 patron guest of all time. I'm just putting it out there.
Wow.
What about Fishhead?
Fishhead,
No,
yeah, you can't forget
I have
Fishhead.
all seal of fucking approval.
Beats Fishhead, beats the unfunny comedian, beats them all.
Of course.
Oh God, I beat
What about
the unfunny
Beyond
comedian.
Fear? She drew you those hot Velma pictures, and you're going to really throw
Oh,
her
I didn't know she was a Patreon.
She is. She comes on the show for that reason, too.
Second best Patreon.
You lost the chance,
Which is,
kid.
I'm sorry, Luis, but that's still pretty fucking prestigious.
Looks like he's
shit.
gone.
Louise left.
His life is over now,
When he
Paul.
found out he was only second best, he had to go.
I died. My
I
internet
was
couldn't
there.
handle it. My internet
Oh, okay,
couldn't
he's
handle
back.
it.
He's
It
back.
killed
Okay,
it.
I just wanted to. Anyway, I'm
Sorry.
digressing. Please continue.
My internet just committed
Brett Keane
suicide.
had a
It's like,
story.
no, I'm not first. Fuck.
Brett Keane had a story, I think. Yeah. And since he was so polite to sit and listen to my story, I feel it's only polite for me to hang out for his.
I wish he would read a Craigslist ad.
Where's the Craigslist ad? Let's see it.
Read this one.
Oh my goodness. It's a little bit too far.
Brett, if
how
nothing
about-
else, give me
How
some.
about this
amount-
one?
My life.
Oh my goodness.
Okay,
Come
how
on,
about
the
this
guy's
one?
got a nice one that's funny. Come on.
This one's great.
Brett, nothing you say is funny. At least
How
once
about
in
this
your life,
one?
do something that's funny.
You already showed him that one.
Oh, okay. How about this one? Is it? Hold on. Did you take out this ad?
Oh, jeez.
Brett, let me explain something to you. Every Drunken Peasants guest goes through this, and you will be remembered better after tonight's ass fucking. Let's be honest. You will
It's
be
like an
remembered
initiation process.
You will be remembered better if you go through the motions and read a crazy Craigslist ad. I've read 5 of them. The devil has not come and taken my soul away. Jesus has not showed up and raptured me down to hell, okay? I'm fine. You can do it. And you will be remembered better. This is your time to claim back a little bit of the glory and prestige that you lost tonight. Please, Brett, for me.
This is out of Ohio. This one.
Brett, please.
Strongsville.
Give me
Find you a short one.
Do you have one that has nothing to do with sex? Come on.
No.
I don't think so.
No, Brett. Nope.
Every one of these things are about sex.
I just played a video where you were talking about how I like to have doggy situation. Like
I was a non-believer back then, and I said some goofy stuff.
You're a grown man. Like, say it, dude.
All right, fine, Brett. Tell your story. Go ahead.
Tell your story.
There's a lot of people on the Google Hangouts who've been wanting to be on your show, and maybe they didn't know about Facebook. I don't know, but if you watch through it, you're going to see a lot of people are wanting to be on this.
That's his story, I guess.
Oh, okay. Now, one thing that I did want to address in your videos that you've made recently, you always compare your Hangouts to our show as if they're similar, like we, that it should just be like some kind of free-for-all where just anyone can come in.
My internet can't handle Brett Keane.
Some of the fans actually told me that you guys have some kind of after hours type of show where people are able to go in. So I did think that way in my videos prior to that, but in my latest Google Hangout, you'll hear someone say, "Oh, they have them on an after show type of thing." So
well, we do a patrons only hangout.
Well, we used to
talking about that call thing like half a year ago or something.
No,
where they would
I
take calls?
think he's talking about we used to do a post show where we recorded the audio for like 10 minutes after the show was done, but that was just us talking about like whatever.
Yeah,
happened.
off the air.
Yeah.
All right, well, the show's over. Thank you to Paul's Ego, Brett Keane, to Lewis, to poor sick Ben, to Scotty, and most of all to me.
And to Jesus.
I feel so sorry for you, TJ.
Let everyone say one last thing.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, go ahead. Paul, one last thing. Go ahead.
I just wanted to sincerely, honestly thank you guys for having me on the show at all, because I have a fucking blast every time, and tonight was no exception. So thank you for having me, and I will see you guys all on Friday.
Yeah, rock the fuck on, Paul.
Friday with Paul.
Love you guys. Good night.
Have a good one. Lewis, you want to say anything before we unceremoniously kick your ass out of here?
Fuck you, Brett Keane.
He's not even here anymore, I don't think.
No, he's here.
He's here. All right, Brett. Brett, say your final words of wisdom.
All right, I appreciate you having me on the show. It was intense. It was rough, but hopefully, if you want to in the future, I'll come back on, and maybe it'll be a bit different. We could talk about science, theology, whatever the case might be. Thank you for having me, and God bless you.
Thank you, Brett. I know it was hard to come into the Lion's Den, but you did it, so I got to give you that much. All right, everybody, tune in Friday for the next episode of the Drunken Peasants podcast. Hopefully, it will be good. Well, Paul will be there, so it'll be good.
We'll see what Brett says in videos on his channel.
There are some scammer individuals.
Yes. The spin will be funny. Let's just see how he tries to spin it.
You know what my last words are, TJ?
What?
Man, fuck you, Brett Keane.
Oh, show's over.